Hello everyone, welcome back to another live stream here. Today we are streaming the second edition of the IRT Cup, and this time it's called the IRT Easter Cup. The first edition we did was the IRT Winter Cup, and the second edition is called IRT Easter Cup. Today I'm not by myself, because for the first edition I was on my own for pretty much the entire time. But for this edition I'm joined by a very special guest, a good friend of mine, I'd say so. Welcome to the commentary box, Thomas.
Hello. What a nice introduction. A good friend of yours, even. I'm very honored to be called that. We'll see if we're still good friends after this stream, because there's gonna be some good jokes, I hope, between us both and between the drivers as well. As everyone's in the lobby nicely on time as well. Just finalizing the last details, and then we can actually go.
Yes, we're just sorting out the final details, but like you said, everyone's on time. We love to see it. I think we can ready up now. Imagine not driving this event. Game is the game. Everyone's already readying up, it looks like. Yeah, Thomas, you can say start the engine. I'd say so. Yes, perfect timing. We love to see it. The first challenge we're gonna explain straight away will be a wet challenge around Japan, because Jav has pissed all over the track. His body fluid has made it all over the track, so it's going to be a disaster. Us drivers in the F2 cars, to learn the conditions, have to pit for the dry tires at the end of that one. Pit stops do take quite a bit longer. As you can see, the conditions are horrific and they're not pretty to say the least, and yeah, they have to put it on the dry tires. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. Grid is random, so who knows where everyone will be. Will it be lucky? Because of course you're gonna have to double stack at the end of the lap one. How are you gonna play that? That's gonna be interesting to see.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the main challenge for each drivers, of course, is F2 cars in the wets. Double stacking is, I think, the least of their concerns currently at the moment. Um, yeah, it's definitely a challenge to navigate the first sector even. In F2 cars, it's a challenge. In full wet, it's a challenge. Combine those two, and on slick tires, it's more than a challenge. It's basically a death wish.
Want to admit to something as well. The challenges off track have begun as well. We've released certain challenges with like pictures, where the drivers have to guess a certain corner of a specific circuit. And some teams, one team has already got it correct. As we see here, now we're on the grid actually with 5 lights. And lights out, and away we go. It's Jasper actually leading the field right here ahead of Julian, but Julian gets an amazing start there. Jasper has dropped down an awful start. He's down to P7 before turn 1. What a disaster of start there for it looks like the high-tech driver here with the Red Bull livery. And it's Smolly Balls in the lead there. Of course, everyone has got a preset, so no advantage really. It's up to you what setup you'd like.
Oh, there is contact in the midfield as Glowstick and Ollie Durston both go off. I don't know, the same corner. Ricciardo and Albon collided. As there is more action, Julian and Pangri going through the Dunlop curve side to side. That is beautiful to see. With the grip that they currently have, they should enjoy it. Big snap for both of the drivers, and Pangri gets ahead for the two Deckners. They have grip currently. Nick falling down. He spunks, I think, someone else as well. But both Van Amersfoort Racing currently not looking good. Flores down the field. Jav going for a spin of his own. Already so many spins with actual grip on the tires and going side to side there. A bit further ahead, it's Henky as well going into the chicane side, the heaven, I should say. I apologize. Oh, and
contact.
Nathan, it's chaos
What
here.
is going on? What's contact between Casper and it looks like Jaden, yeah, or the high-tech car made contact with another car. Frank is down the field because I saw him in P6 at some point, and now he's down in P14. So both Prema cars are literally behind each other, so that's gonna be a disaster here. So Frank is trying to get past his teammate, so he doesn't get the double stack here. It was actually, I think, yeah, Casper got taken out because he was all the way up in P5. But so far, this is looking really good for Evan here, as he's created a little bit of a gap ahead of Pangri. Looks very competitive in this F2 cars. At least he can be competitive in a certain Formula car, so that's good to see here for him. A bit further behind, Julian absolutely demolished the ball out right there, as everyone is obliged to pit now at the end of the lap on. And so far, Evan's done that. It's going to be absolutely chaos on the field right there. Is anyone going to pick a fast like a penalty? So far, not.
there has been some action down the field. Kenny, I think, just overtook his teammate Jasper into the pit lane. So the Finn actually has an advantage, just taken as Henky speeds into pit lane, Flores speeds into the pit lane. But good news, everyone has made it into the pit. Fleddy momentarily in P1, but Ewan taking that lead back. Pangri following him closely. And then it's a big melee of car. Jasper, I don't know where he went. He was up there, and now he's in P8 17 because of that double stack. Maybe he jumped some other cars in the pit lane, but it's disaster for him in this early opening stage.
I've seen now on board with Edwin and Pankri, the first cars out on the dry tires, and it looks like the grip is okay so far, to be fair, from what everyone has used. Well, there we go, see some cars struggling now. I would have expected a lot worse there, but look at the corners everyone's taking here. They're going absolutely tippy-toeing around here, and they got 4 laps of this to hold on, to gain as much an advantage as they can. Good job by Kenny there. He's gained 2 positions from those pit stops right there, up to P5 now, and right behind Julian right there, literally tapping the gearbox of the rear wing of the high-tech, oh no, sorry, the roading car. So that's good. We have more yellow flags in the back here of Henky. Henky jumped in last moment there alongside Frank, and he spun out. Also got a 3-second penalty. Kenny's actually off right there. One of the cars went off. Yeah, it's Kenny. He's lost 2 positions, so Freddy has gained a couple of positions, but can't get on the traction at all whatsoever here.
No, it doesn't look good for him. And Jasper is trying to make some positions up for the mistake he had, and he just overtook Sieb in the first Degner. And Jav as well slides by the Dutchman, who is having also the trouble, both side by side into the happen. There's more action up ahead, but let's have a look at this as Jav outbreaks Sieb. Dutchman is nowhere, and the Spaniard is up into P15. Great action. Let's go back up into the lead, because there's a battle in Spoon. Ewan and Pangri going side by side. Actually, reaching full throttle quite early, if you take into account the grip that is here. Side to side into 130R. Never a good idea to make contact, and Pangri is onto the grass, but he has made the move stick. He's up into the lead, but he's going off track. And Ewan coming back at him now into the Casio triangle, but Ewan looks up, manages though to catch the car just in the nick of time. But a lot of wheel spin still for the Scot in first. Pangri just all over the back, and another big slide for the man in the ART of Victor Martin, and he's demoted to P2. Let's have a look at Frank and Ollie as they continue to fight in the lead up to turn 1. Even more chaos at the front. Pangri and Ewan changing position. I think there was someone off track in turn 1. I can't exactly know who that was. Kenny off track now in turn 1. Only following Frank, as they both had some snappy exits out of the last corner. Flores and Jav also going at it, and Jav with a beautiful switchback, must be said. Managing to stay on track. That's not something we've seen everyone do so far. With the great line ABS, traction control, automatic gears, I don't know what assists he used, but he is using them properly in P16, chasing down his next 2 targets of Sieb and Jasper.
You name it. Interesting to point out, you've got a third car now catching up to the leaders here, as Mali is showing some good pace there in the what calls it, the Campos car of Ralph Bouchon. Actually someone that can show a bit of speed there in the race, so good to see from him. He's called up a second at least compared to the last lap here, and yeah, Pangri is getting close to him, but Evan is driving a really good race here. Actually, like, doesn't give anything about it, just go full send here around the Suzuka circuit here. So amazing to see. It's Casper actually going side by side now with Nathan, who's gained another position here. So the MP car is doing really well here, 6th and 7th. They've got 5 extra points for having the best name there. So the cars are doing really well here. But Julian has now got past Nathan once again. So Julian, despite a bit of a struggle, has got a bad exit, which means oh sorry, it's the wrong car here. I'm looking at the wrong car. Jaden has got a bad exit, so Julian's now up to P5 again. Those cars in a battle together. Freddy's struggling a little bit in P4 though, so definitely carrying his teammate once again here. But Jav is doing his best despite the 10-second penalty here. All sorts of chaos going on here with The fourth lap starting anywhere now. Yellow flags once again in the middle sector. Looks like Jasper and Java butting together. The assist merchants right there. As we're starting lap 4 now with Pangri now side by side. Oh, contact between the cars. Contact. And we've got Pangri off track now, which leads Mali to overtake now up to second place. And Fleddy catching up to Pangri now. So maybe the stewards have to get involved with this one.
Yeah, it's some questionable driving from both, but unfortunately we can't really. There's no penalties. Jaden and Julian continuing their battle quite close to each other. Currently, I think for teams, as there is a just switching on to the battle between Nathan, Casper, and Kenny. All three cars going very, very close to each other in the first sector. Kenny and Casper even side by side for a huge section of it. Currently, luckily, they have sorted themselves out in the Dunlop curve, and they're not side to side saying that, though. Kenny has a better exit. Is he gonna take the risk? And he is, as Casper loses the car even more. Maybe opens the door for Frank as well, as both Alfa Romeo teammates in PS2 go side to side. Frank around the outside of Dunlop, that's the corner before. Degner 1 has made the mistake. Ollie in the background doing a shot. Leclerc going a little bit wide.
Oh.
Jasper in the background has spun, so he won't score any good points, unfortunately for him. That's Casper going deep in the hairpin. Ollie can't find a way through though, and Klosik Jack just in behind lurking as well.
All cars struggling to get on the traction here. You see Casper's tippy-toeing around, struggling so much. Actually, he's going to try to go down the inside, doing a Vettel right. Is the same thing gonna happen like in 2019 or 2018? Sorry, no, he doesn't. As he gets down the inside and gets moved on for 9th place here. But Frank is still alongside a little bit, making contact with each other now. But Casper's got the move done, which means he's up to
sorry to interrupt you in the background. It was Glowstick with a huge moment out of Spoon. Almost lost it on the straight kind of. Frank and Casper going at it once again. Spoon, they went side by side. Sector 1, they went side by side. Now on 130R, they went side by side. Casio Triangle, they're going side by side as well. The first one is a right-hander, and Frank stays ahead with Casper probably lining up a good exit.
Good move there from Frank as he actually gets on the curb a little bit, which means he's got a bad exit now with now Casper on the inside of the final turn right there, leading on to the straight here. So he's once again up to P9. Looks like Frank has got a bit more straight line speed compared to Casper here, so it seems to be working out for the Prema drive here, doing better than Antonelli in real life, so he's doing a fairly good job. Actually, Casper gets on the curb now and loses the car, which means Frank has got that position solidified here. Kenny has moved away from those cars behind and is now catching up to Nathan here, who's in P7 for the MP team. Jaden in P5 cleared Julian a bit, so that's good to see here. But Evan so far in the lead, 2 seconds clear of Marley here, who's up to second place now, kept it clean, and Pangri is still in third place despite a little incident there. But just because there is no grip for anyone else, he didn't really lose much time to the other cars here.
Yeah, and the background as well. As Casper and Ollie went side by side in the first Degner, just caught that. Casper went for a little bit of spin contact between both the drivers. But Fleddy is someone who has had some spectacular pace his last 2 laps, and he has caught Marley and Pangri, who have been fighting themselves a little bit. Henke in last place. That penalty is not going to help him or whatsoever. Maybe we will see a last corner move between Pangri, Fleddy and Marley for that P2 as Pangri runs wide. If Fleddy can now line up this last straight leading up to 130R, doesn't really look like he can as he touched the curve. Casper with another spin, maybe that allows Jav to go past him, something we would never see in any other conditions. But they are battling, which yeah, that's also what this is for. Sort of Rex versus Riches. Pangri and Marley going at it the last corner, but Marley I think stays ahead, headed covered, unless Pangri the Greek what did Ennis call him, the Greek freak?
Yeah,
maybe he
Greek
can cook
freak.
something up, but he unfortunately has to stay behind Julian and Nathan. They're going side by side, and Nathan is going off track. Does that allow Kenny to go through? Maybe 2 and 1. They make contact going down the line. What has happened? Kenny under the grass, and there goes Frank. But Frank got collected by Julian, who spun Nathan with a 3-second penalty. Julian ending up in P12, Frank in P11. Jack, Phil, Ollie, all got through. Kenny though making 3 moves on the last lap. That is outrageous. Casper just getting Jav as well. That is a great first race.
That was unbelievable to see. So many great things to see. So many interesting battles to see the least. A lot of close battling. Actually, people did better than expected. Didn't expect so many people to get close at all. I did spot one person reset the track, which was of course no one else but Jasper. So
Yeah,
uh,
he's getting disqualified from this race.
yeah, he's getting disqualified. The stewards also gonna have to think about what is gonna happen with the battle for P1, the incident there. That's gonna be interesting to see what's gonna happen there. So yeah, interesting race to see. As we celebrate the podium now with the Scottishman of Evan taking the win here, has controlled the pace quite well here. I'm a bit surprised that C was a bit lower down than expected. Maybe has had too much bratwurst, so his car just weighed quite a bit. So yeah, that's why he was down in P17 behind Jav here. Um, so yeah, what do you think of that first race then, Thomas?
That was if that's a sign of things to come, and it's gonna be very very good. I need to sort out who got actually the photos correct, which turns out to be quite a few. Some think it's Monza, but it's always on the track that it just was.
Yes.
So I need to sort that out.
Just gonna update the list as well as we go to the grid right now with Evan taking the win. Uh, Ahead of Marley. Pankri still in third place, a good finish for him. Fleddy fourth, Jaden fifth, Kenny sixth, getting past Nathan on the line there. I was a little incident. I didn't see whose mistake it was, but was very funny to see, to say the least. Ollie in eighth, and Klosik in ninth, being a late sign up right there, as some people dropped out last moment. But he did well in P9 despite a running line. Phil in P10, Frank P11, Julian P12, as Jaden has left the session. We'll invite him probably back soon. Casper in 13 was higher up, so shame he couldn't solidify some good points. Foolish in 14th, Jaff 15th, ahead of Seep and Jasper. Nick 18th, struggled throughout, and Henky rounding out the grid in P19. Good thing for Casper is he is gonna have multiply in terms of points because he's running alone for this challenge. So yeah. So yeah, good to see.
Yes, uh, Nathan has sent a video clip. He's gonna appeal that 3 second penalty. Let's see if it was undeserved. He would only gain one place using the line. Just watching it right now. Julian has gone wide in 130R, and Nathan sends it up the inside. The Kaiser triangle going a little bit deep though, just like George Russell did on Piastri, getting forced off track, back, and he overtook. Yeah, that's removable. Let's move him up in front of Kenny.
And then the 10-second penalty of Jav. Um,
I haven't heard an appeal, so he's sticking with it.
some people are guessing Canada turn 8, for example. I don't think people quite guess that it's actually around Japan here, so people are not really that sharp, it seems. Anyway, I'm gonna change the settings now as we're gonna switch over to Austria for the second challenge here. Load in.
Apparently, Jaden leaves.
I'm fixing it.
No, no, no. But
Jav has appealed the decision, but in my opinion, that doesn't get removed because he went. There was a little bit of space left. C pushed him by, but he decided to cut the corner himself. So I don't think. I don't think that will be removed. I'm not sure what you think of it, but
let's see, let's see, let's see. Okay, so he does take the freedom of cutting the corner and overtaking Jasper. So he has gained an advantage. That's not gonna get removed. He can grab his
So does he get
Spanish chili
removed?
and shove it up his ass.
Yes, it doesn't get removed because okay, let me quickly update other things as well. Which team did it get correct? I'm pretty sure the Churros Racing team got it correct. Well, let me
Yes, I
check.
think everyone who actually put a thing in is correct.
Oh, Jaden's rejoining. Lovely. Let me quickly check. Team 1. Okay, Team 1 got it correct, so that's good. Some people getting their first points for the challenges. That's always
Okay,
lovely to
so
see.
let's see. Team Bratwurst got it correct.
Team.
Then Casper got it correct. Mastercard PayPal is still not
Oh,
correct.
too
So
bad. They did.
they're called speakers. They have it correct. Bunny hoppers correct. Hammer bunnies correct.
Well,
Wage slaves correct. Track limit merchants correct. Choice racing correct.
oh, yeah,
D&D
yeah.
correct. It's just Mastercard and PayPal who need it, and they
Oh,
have
yeah,
it
yeah.
correct as well.
Come on. We love to
That's a
see
full
it.
streak. So 3 points for
Wage
everyone.
slaves also got correct.
Yes, everyone has it correct.
Everyone's got it correct. Maybe we need to add which track it is because no one guessed it correctly. Maybe do it after. Anyway, first everyone's got it correct, so that's 3 points for everyone. Um,
Right, just quickly gonna put in the
we
points.
love to see it. We love to see it. Everyone, we're gonna do the administration now, and then we're gonna start soon. But only, to be fair, everyone has guessed it correctly. Um, the first challenge.
Yeah, the first picture though is probably the easiest one out of all
Yeah,
that we have. So don't get your too confident. Get yours too comfortable.
yes. And everyone, to be fair, only one team so far has got a correct guess for the Easter, or like the Easter, the mystery challenge. So that's interesting by the name of Pangari. So, oh, second footage for Jav.
Did he give the positions back?
He gave the positions back.
He did. Okay.
So
That changes my decision.
that changed my decision as well.
Yeah, that penalty is removable.
That penalty
Get
has
it
been
out.
removed. Get him
Get
out
it
of here,
out.
man. Let me correct. I think the rules are all correct here.
Okay,
Because
let's see. Smolly Balls wins. So he gets 20 points. His teammate Flores in. No, that changes, so
would
that's
like to
fine.
say everyone in the chat so far, welcome in. We've got 9 people watching, which is probably more than we expected. So if you're in the chat right now, make sure to say either hello or whatever you like to say. We can see Griff in the chat, who we have not spoken to in a while. So welcome, Griff, to the chat. Hopefully you're good. How is it going, man? Uh, look who we've got in the chat. We've got the previous team owner in the chat
Hello,
by the
Flo.
name of Flo. So welcome in. Hopefully you're doing well. Um, I'm the best team owner in the world, apparently. I wouldn't say I agree to that, but I will always appreciate the shout outs. So thoughts on telling me the number? The number will be announced after administration is completed. So yeah, we'll be on that very soon. Um,
18 Fleddy with 17 points. Solid haul for him. Jaden 16. Then Nathan, right behind his teammate, he got 15 points. They're currently leading.
Oi, oi, oi. So,
Mastercard PayPal.
well done there. Damage off, collisions on. Weather is dry already. Track is good. 3 laps. So yeah, I'd say we were ready for this. Random grid once again preset. So yeah, are you ready to go? If to
Yeah, I'm
announce a
just
number.
filling it out, but we can go and then I'm just
Okay.
putting up the picture then if we go. Which is yeah, definitely a more tricky one than the first one.
Also, see a lovely switchback by Jav now. So in the chat, he's Casper's been fully murked there by Jav there. Despite his assist, he's done very well right there. This challenge, however, will be very different compared to the first one, as we've got dry conditions. The conditions will basically be, yeah, just simply dry, but there will be a number announced by Thomas in the chat, and the drivers have announced a number themselves. So a driver number between 1 and 100, and the drivers need to get as close as possible to that certain number. The number will be announced on the grid, which we are at right now. It will be announced in, I'd say, like 10 seconds. And yeah, finishing position matters at the end to get as close to the number. Some people chose 14, some people like 90, 69 for example, giggly 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 gig. And yeah, you've got as close as possible to.
Do I need to say this or are you
You can
gonna?
say it, you can say it.
Okay, you need to be as close as you can to the number 80.
Oi, oi, oi.
That's something.
Number 80. So people chose number 14. Don't worry, we've written down the number so you can't change it anymore. So the people have to get as close as possible to number 80. If it's a tie break, so for example, two people have 60 both, and they have to, yeah, they have to. It comes down to a tiebreaker then. So if, for example, if someone finishes second, then and the other guy finishes fourth, then the guy in second gets the position. So it's gonna be interesting to
Yeah.
see how people are gonna play this out. People with a low number or didn't submit a number will get one basically, and
Yeah,
people are.
if you have a low number, you have to try and get as low as possible. If you have a high number, however, you need to finish as high as possible, as you need to get as close to 80 as you can, which will definitely throw some interesting strategies into the mix, as we can already see some people just oh well, Glowstick is in the runoff. Jaden just waiting as well. You probably will. There probably will need to be a rule so you can't just sit on the grid and wait, but it will be fine.
For the people that joined late, they will take over the number of the people that's originally signed up. So Damien's number was, for example, 53, I think it was. That number goes to, or that won't get used. But for example, if Henky took it over, his number will be 53. As Jav is in the lead, Jav is in number 14, so I don't think he fully understands the challenge. He originally wants to finish like P19, so he gets up to like 33 points and gains on others. So, but people are taking their slowest time. But if they get lapped, for example, then yeah, I'd say yeah, that's interesting to see. Some people really want to finish last here. Some people gone quite slowly as well. So,
Yeah, definitely. I just need to check one number.
and I think in pole position currently is Julian. Julian, of course, he had to pick 69, and he's currently in P10, so he's on pole position right now to win this challenge here. He's guessed very well right there, and we have to pay in mind the double points as well here, because some teams have decided to pick their double points. For example, I know Jaff and Fleddy picked their double points, despite them having low numbers. here.
There
So
was one team with low numbers as well in the first race, which was team. Let me just find that quickly out. Definitely was some. They haven't said it yet. They haven't said it yet.
as
It
just
was.
picks up a penalty right there, leading up to lap 3 now. It's already nearly the end of the race. Phil picks up the fast lap right here. It's points per position, so people with the lowest amount of points, yeah, of course, will get 1 point. So let's say Jav finishes first. He's got 14 points, which means 15. He's probably got, yeah, last. Then he only get 1 point. But I don't think he fully understands this challenge here. So, well, if you don't understand it, then you should have asked it, to be fair, because we released it on time here. But people are just battling for the lead right there. Many different races we see, as Jaden's been lapped in a 3 lap race, so that's probably his quality right there. Nathan in P15 there. Glowstick also down in P16, taking every bit of the track right there. I don't think this is what IRT is supposed to be, just going all over the place, but who's counting here, so...
I mean, there will be a timer at some point, so the race will finish. It will just take some time, but that's only good because it gives us time to sort it out. As Flores is the first one to cross the line, Casper in P2 in the wild jump with some nice uh, celebratory moments as he waits for Phil to cross the line first, and then he goes.
Oh,
Can he jump him as well? He does not, but that could prove to be a difference maker later on.
indeed, indeed. First one of the session right there. Smalley
Indeed,
Balls
indeed.
picks up a penalty right there. Finishes P7 here. Bangry in P8. So again, they finished quite close to each other. See Baiting on track right there. Right there. I think he's had some stomach issue or something. All of them just going particularly slowly here. I'm not sure what the strategy is right there. Julian taking his good old time as well. Look at the midfield right there with Marley and Henky just going like 5 miles per hour. They know what's at stake right there. Uh, by getting the best position possible. But look at Jasper as well. Jasper cruising around the grid right there. So a lot of differences in position here. As I know Julian doesn't want to finish lower than P12 because then he goes over the number here. But I think he's in prime position to get first place regardless. So, but look at Seep.
I
Seep
mean,
is just
the thing is though, if you don't finish, you don't get the number added on. So that's also a thing, of course. I mean,
yeah.
Flores, he has one added on to his originally 15. But if Seep, for example, doesn't finish, he will stay on. Where did he start with? He started on 14, so he won't improve to anything. Same with Julian. I mean, he's on 69, of course. He's very close right now, but it's
Yeah.
gonna be tight. Casper is only 2 away. He's finished in 2. He started with 66. He's now on 68, so he's looking quite good to score some nice points here.
Yeah, it's looking quite. As there's only 1 minute left here, Julian's been overtaken. I don't think he's gonna take any risk as we've got a couple of cars on the grid itself right here with Ollie just pretty much
As
pushing on the
Glowstick
ground.
has finished, by the way. He's P16. That's done. So there won't be any changes to that. Ollie Durson in 17th, just crossing the line. They will have that number added up. It's a good tactic. Jaden 18, as Ollie actually has dropped down to 19th. Need to change that. There is something
Absolutely
happening.
crazy. Only 30 seconds left here, so if these guys don't speed up, then they won't finish the race. Or actually, does will they get, I'm not sure how this works if they don't finish the Grand Prix within 20 seconds now. They're really starting to risk it. Some people are still going to the final corner right now. Nathan getting a 10-second penalty for some reason. That will be removed for sure.
Julian
Uh,
finishing at 9th. I mean, the
Julian not
beautiful
taking
thing
a
is we can just make up rules now. May have to think of it professionally, but now there are people who won't finish.
as they are, there we go. People did not finish here. Some retired, so their points won't count because they
That's
retired,
yeah,
and that's
not
the
an
part of the
ideal
game.
scenario.
Not an ideal scenario. There should have been a way that you have to finish the race right there. So people thought they were smart, but they didn't finish the race. So, so I think Julian has won this race then because he got close to 80 points. So some people
Yes.
didn't finish the actual Grand Prix. So that's
Yes, those
interesting.
were everyone, I think, from Nathan down. So Marley, Jasper, Fleddy, and Henky. I think those are the four who didn't finish.
Oh wow, that's crazy. That's unbelievable. So just Thomas is gonna calculate the points right now, but it looks like
This will take some time, probably. Alright, so Julian is P1. He has a gap of 2 points. Then it is Jaden with 9 points gap. We then have Casper, 12 points gap. Then it is Henky. Even though he didn't finish, he has a 15 points gap to 80, which is only good. He had 95 to start with. Not finishing was the right call for him.
probably was, yeah.
Then we have one on 21 gap, which is Glowstick. Need to write it all down. Then 21 we have
It's a bit chaotic right there,
24 Kenny.
but this challenge was a bit better than expected. To be honest, I didn't really have any expectations about this, but it was really well done by the guys right there. So
Then we have a tie for Nick and Fleddy, but then Nick wins it because of the tiebreaker.
oi oi oi.
Both on 34 gap. 37 gap we have Frank. Then we go into the 40s with a 41 gap for Resify. A 42 gap we have as well for, that is Jasper. Just gonna quickly delete everything I already put because that makes it easier. Then we go into the 50s, a 52 gap for Nathan. Then there are a 56 gap for Phil. Then two 60 gaps for Smollyballs and Pangry, but Smollyballs finished one position ahead, which gives him 1 point more as well.
Oh, that's gonna be crucial near the end of the season right there. So or the challenges. So
We then have Mr. Javier with a 62 point gap. Then we go to Floris, 64, and Marley with a 65 point gap. Then I think I'm missing one. Yes, I've skipped over Sieb. He's tied with Phil, and Phil finished higher, so Sieb is behind that. Alright, let's put the points. If you could quickly check who has the picture correct.
I can do that for you.
What a kind guy.
I think so. I'm just gonna quickly check the settings to make sure they're okay. Are you done with the standings or?
I'm quickly filling them out. I just figured out who actually.
Where can I see? The Discord is so massive. That's a bit of a
That's what
shit.
she said.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Wait.
Oi.
Hinky next with
So,
17
Team
points.
1 got it correct. They said it was turn 7 around Austria, so they got it correct. Um, just before turn 7, that's correct, right? Yes.
Yes. Jasper with 11 points. Nathan got a solid 10. But with his teammate Jaden scoring 19, they're looking quite good. Phil with 9. His teammate Julian, of course, winning the race. Sieb on 8. He went with 7. Bungry 6. Jaff on 5. Flo is 4. James.
Let me quickly update this challenges. Some teams got it correct and some did not, so
Expected nothing else. I would be
Team
surprised
2,
if every
fine.
team got it correct, to be fair.
Well, so far Team 2 and Team 5 are doing quite well here. They've got both challenges, and Bangri has got also the Easter challenge, which no one else has got so far.
Alright, so it's Team 1 correct. Team 2 had it correct. Team 3, did they guess it? They did not.
Nope.
So they do not get the points. Team 4 is also not it. Team 5. That is correct. Then Team 6, the Bunny Hoppers. They kind of done things wrong, so I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt.
The benefit of the doubt. Love
Benefit
to
of the
see
doubt.
it.
Alright, Frank got it correct as well. Eight is correct. Team 9, what did Casper put? He has it wrong. Team 10 is wrong.
Nick also both also track limit merchants, they got it wrong, so
Yes, that's yeah, I put that as well. Get those finalized. Alright, so Team 1 had the question wrong. The standings are done. Just need to quickly see if anyone put Austria as double point. I think it was Team 2, the Churros Racing. They have put double points.
quick update. Frank said it's between turn 7 and turn 8. Do we give them that?
Yes, I gave them the benefit of the doubt. Between the 7 and 8, that's wrong.
Wait, what? Oh.
7 and 8, no, that's no. That's wrong.
It's
Haha.
wrong. Haha. People are reading up, so
Our setting's correct.
thanks. Have you done it correct?
Are your the settings are your settings correct?
Settings are, they should be correct. It's dry. Yes.
Good. The
So
settings are correct as well.
rules and flags,
If I
anything
just have
strict, immersive. Yeah, it should be good. But we're gonna go for the third challenge now, which in my opinion is the most exciting challenge here. As people, we have to use every set of compound. The reason behind this is because Easter have got different Easter eggs. There are many different colors, and you have to use every set of compounds. So the softs, the mediums, the hards, the inters, and the wet tires. So you're gonna see 4 pit stops because you can start on a certain tire. Probably everyone's gonna Um, Everyone's gonna start on the soft tire, but then people are probably gonna get the wet tires. Um Away here. So let's see. Let me quickly. Did everyone get it correct on the challenges? Team Wage Slavs got it wrong, so they're gonna get a. Did they get it correct, Erwin and the second photo? Yeah, they didn't get it correct. They said turn one.
Nope.
Child labor merchants got it wrong. Um, Churros Racing Team, they got it correct, right? Or Jaff and
I believe so. Yes, they have it correct.
perfect. That's 2 out of 2. Drink and Drive got it correct. So that's administration done. Bunny Hoppers, they got it correct quite easily. Oh no, they got it. No, they got it wrong. This is turn 5 and 6. Nearly did it. Oh, nearly made a fundamental error right there. Cold Speakers also got it
Standings are
wrong.
done.
As you've
As
got,
the qualifying is going.
as there you go. The qualifying's on the way. As I'm quickly doing the administration here with Glowstick leading the field there ahead of Jav right there. So people are gonna use the soft tires right there for qualifying. Trying to set the best lap right here. Interesting to say the least. People JB.
Definitely still Glowstick leading the he was leading the field. He's now at P5 with Nathan, the line merchant himself, invalidating his lap, which puts him in P18. Only Jasper so far, the one who does that, and he has spun as well, which explains why he invalidated Pangri, retired from the session after probably an invalidation. Nick is now the one in P1, but also he as well, he invalidates, Floris invalidates, I think it's only 10 drivers maybe remaining without an invalidation, 9 now. Julian, I'm sorry, is the last one without an invalidation in P10. Phil leading the way. We expect nothing less from him, of course. The German workhorse, let's call him that, currently leading the way. Ahead of Smiley Boss, I don't think it's that big of a gap. Mada, you were saying as well, giving up on his hopes of qualifying here. Phil in the orange Easter egg car, making his way downtown to the field, driving fast, making his way, and he is pole bound with a 15.1. Jav in P9 with the last one. The last one who finishes his lap is Jasper, also invalidated, so let's see where he is gonna go, probably somewhere down. Phil with Paul Smalleyballs only in 10th behind, and then it's 4,000s between Kenny and Jaden, which is quite fun to see.
To be fair, a 10th place position for Jasper is not a place to be at all for him, so I think he'll be relatively satisfied with that. But the real chaos will start off now. Phil and Paul, however, a 10th ahead of Smolly Balls and another 3.5 tenths ahead of Kenny and Jaden here. A second ahead of Frank, but still P5, so that's very well done here. CP6, despite him not being great around Imola. Casper P7 with that PS5, 5,000 behind Seep, Glowstick and Jav. I lost on the lap. Jav in P9. I think a good qualifying position for him, despite being 2.9 seconds off the pace, but that's usually a gap for him. So yeah, we're gonna quickly do the administration again. As some people are already getting the chance correct, as Team 1 and Team 2 have got it correct right there. So let me quickly update
3 as well.
Team 3 as well. That's lovely to see. Team 1 and some teams have got.
Team 7 is still debating. And Team 8 have got it correct as well.
Team Truck Labor Merchants got it correct.
Team 9 have got it correct.
What about Team 4? Have they said anything?
They're still yes, they have it correct. So Team 1 through 4 correct.
What about Team 5?
They have put the wrong turn.
Oh, can they still guess, or is it wrong now?
It's wrong. Nope.
Wrong.
Correct. Unlucky. So Team 5, the only ones correct.
Bunny Hoppers, what about them?
They have not put anything yet.
Oh.
Team 7, correct.
That's the Cold
Team
Speakers.
Yeah.
Cold Speaks, and then the Mastercard, PayPal, JB. I've got 3 out of 3 so far, so well
And
done.
then Team 10 as well, as the lights are on and they are out.
Oh,
Mali with
and
a
Jav.
jump start. Yeah, I think Jav is the one who caused the jump start for Mali. But Jav is leading a Grand Prix ahead of Phil and Ewan. Smartyballs is mounting an attack on the German driver. Doesn't stick it though. So I want to see if there's any chaos behind. Indeed, there is. There's a car going through the gravel. There are cars spinning. There are cars having a loose end. And it is Nathan currently all the way down battling with Nick though in the Villeneuve chicane, which they're still going. Nathan running wide again as he did in qualifying as well. In Toza, it's the corner where the picture was just before Toza turn 7. And the sector 2, at the beginning of sector 2 and the sector 1 were both all counted correct. Julian and Mali in a little bit of a fight between the two teammates, as Julian, I think he has a better setup, a better gaming chair. He wants to get past. But as you said, the challenge is going to be very interesting, and Julian indeed getting past his teammate. Um, is it his teammate? It's not his teammate, as of course Julian is with Phil. Mali is with Sieb, if I'm correct.
Marlies
I
with
think so.
CPF
Team
for Team
Bratwurst, yeah,
10.
Team Bratwurst in Team 10. So my apologies there. That's wrong on my part. Jav is not going in for the first time. Wanted to say that's the first time he visits the pit lane, but it isn't. Mali is the drive-through getting served for him. Which yeah, if you don't know the challenge yet, I think Stefan just said it. But you have to make essentially 4 pit stops every tire compound, paint the town red, green. What's the other colors? Yellow, white, and blue, of course.
Yes, you've got 5 different
Yes.
colors. So you've got the white, the yellow, and the red, and then the green and the blue. So 5 tire compounds, and everyone must pit, or not everyone must pit, but everyone is allowed to make a pit stop on lap 3. They can extend the stint by I think 1 or 2 laps, since you're only since you only have to make 4 stops. So I'm expecting like Casper to do maybe 4 laps on the dries here. But maybe like a Phil, they're just gonna bin off these tires on the next lap. If we do see Cas pit at the end of this lap, then they made a mistake, but then they must do another lap on that set of compound. So that's a
Yeah.
tricky one to do. You must do 2 laps on each compound. As my voice is going away slightly, as Phil's already picked up a 3-second penalty after 2 laps here. So, but so far he's still in P2 here. Jav holding up everyone, but he's serving
Ooh.
his drive-through right
Oh yeah, yeah,
now.
yeah. That's correct. I saw Jeff as well. I thought he was making a mistake, but luckily he already made that mistake a little bit early in the race, so it doesn't matter for him. Julian getting past on Jaden on the hards, Julian on the softs. You expect indeed, just like you said. Julian is probably gonna drive a bit on the softs. Jaden, Seep, Kenny, Frank, everyone on those hards is gonna bin them off at the end of this lap, probably going. Maybe it's going to be interesting to see. Maybe they'll try to go to the wets early to get those out of the way. Jaden having a little bit of a look down the inside of Julian, but nothing comes of it. Maybe they decide to go for the softs immediately, just try to get the pace underway, and then just see from there if you fall back, if you don't. There will be different tire strategies. Nick and Nathan getting through on glow stick, a little bit of contact with the CRL owner in front.
There you go. Some people now starting to end their 3rd lap right there. Are we going to see some gas pit? I'm expecting every hard run at least to make a pit stop right here. So who's going to make a pit stop? And yes, there we go. We've got the first pitters here by Phil and Evan. Phil picking up a
Oh,
5-second penalty,
oh,
same as Evan right there. So both making a huge mistake right there. Probably forgetting that pit assist now off. So making it a bit difficult. And we see Phil going on to the wet tires. Jasper picking up a 5-second penalty. Evan going on a set of medium right there. Some on the wet, some on the inters. I love to see, I love to see this. Yes, more wet runs right there as Henky, Nick, Glowstick.
that's it. Yeah, some key takeaways here. Most people opting to get those wets out of the way immediately. Only Ewan pitting and not going onto a wet tire. Jav also sticking it out on the hards for one more lap that he needs to. Same as Nathan, Fleddy, and Seep. Maybe they just didn't want to get double stacked. Maybe they just thought the hard tire was a very good tire to be on for 2 laps. I don't know. the, we can only guess.
You of course working together as a team here, so I think they've thought about it really well here, especially Jaden and Nathan. They both one staking out and one pitting the lap after. Jav is stuck out and he's now in P9, so if he could do one more lap on this set of compound, he can create a gap to the cars behind and potentially rejoin in this mayhem again, despite having a drive through here. As you see, couple of cars pitting now. Casper into the pits, Julian also going into the pits now, Floors into the pits, Siep and Flay going side by side there, and Henk has got a 3-second penalty. I think that will probably be removed if he can prove a race director right there. Interesting note, the pit stops are completely random, of course, so you could double stack as a team here. Actually, I think we do have a double stack here. Actually, we don't. I apologize. More cost paying for the wet tires. It's only Eben and Flores so far. Think of alternative strategy right here. So, team wage slaves have done really well here, with Evan now in the lead, just ahead of Casper here. So he's made the undercut work to full effect right there. And hopefully Flores can overtake these cars now, but he's getting held up tremendously by Siep and Flede. As Siep has lost the car, Siep is spun out in Tamburello. He's unfortunately spun the car, he's now down to P11, losing all that advantage now on the wet tires here. So shame to see, but Flede is still in P6 here. And Flores just not able to overtake Flede here.
It's a lot of chaos already, and there's a contact in the midfield. Nick and Henky and Glowstick, all three of them going off, hitting the 100-meter board, hit just before touching the 50-meter board for good measure as well. So there's the breaking point gone for most drivers. Looking a little bit further up the front, because Flores has just gone past Julian, of course, at dry tires versus wets. On a dry track, it's not really gonna compare. But he is gonna drive off into the sunset for before Julian.
But so far, Evan is creating a gap here. Of course, he has the 5-second penalty, which he has to serve for his next stop here. Casper is not doing too bad as well. He's only lost 3 seconds at the end of the lap right there. So the inters are working quite well on a bone dry track. But as long as the runners are continuing to use these tires, the tire will get worse and worse here. So I'm presuming the wets will be around 40% in terms of wear right now, or like 20% here, since it's a fully bone dry track here. And Evan is creating a nice gap for himself, really controlling the pace here, but he'll be falling down later on, as he still needs to use one of the wet tires compared to the other field who can use the dry tires. And other stints here. As Jasper picks up a 3-second penalty right now in P14 here, completely cutting
He's in the wall. Jasper's not enjoying life on the wet tires. Let's quickly switch back to the field, to the top of the field, because Ewan, he is allowed to pit now, I believe. He has completed 2 laps.
Yes, he can
out
pit
lap,
now.
hot lap, and his in lap was this one, and he goes into the pit lane. Is he gonna speed again?
No, he
He's
doesn't.
Casper needs to stay out. Flores needs to stay out, and so yeah, let's see what he goes on to do.
Flade with 3-second penalty now. If you turn on laps, however many done, you can see when they have to make a pit stop here. So Casper is now obliged to make a pit stop here. Phil picked up another 5-second penalty now. So he must serve this lap a 5-second penalty, and then for his next stop he must serve another 5-second penalty. So hopefully someone doesn't have to double stack with Phil here, otherwise their race will be ruined here. And Phil is going for a set of intermediates here. Evan has now picked up a set of intermediates here. Flores extending the stint here now in second place. So team what's the name called again? Wage slaves are doing really well here, with both cars so far in the top 4 here. With C picking up a 5-second penalty now. He's not having a good afternoon at all here, so he'll be probably be in the trenches together with Jasper as he picks a 5-second penalty here. Once again, as we see, Pangreen up selecting a set of medium right there. Nathan picking up a 3-second penalty now. Everyone picking up penalties now. So that's not really our fault right there.
It seems that the most used strategy is start on dries, as they all of course had to do, then go to wet and then inters to get those bad tires out of the way. Some drivers who haven't done that are Ewan, Smalley Balls. He needs to go onto the wet tires still, compared to the likes of Frank, Phil, Fleddy behind him who can just go into the dries from next stop onwards, and then be happy with life again.
I
Flores and Gasper
hold up.
into the pit
I
lane.
cannot believe it. They're gonna have to double stack. It's
Oh
unbelievable.
my god!
Flores and Casper are double stacking here, so this is awful news for Flores' race right there. As he selected a set of Aintes now, so everyone apart from Pangri on the wet tires, while Jasper's on the dry tires, starting to catch up to the leaders now, so that's interesting to see. But it's Evan regaining the lead without the penalty now, and Casper only 4 seconds off. And remember, he still has that option for that one set of dry tires, and Evan doesn't. He still needs to use the wet tires here, so it's gonna be interesting to see how this is gonna pay out here. But yeah, the challenge is so far doing really well here, and Pangri is really starting to catch up to the cars ahead now, but he's still so far behind other cars here, so it's gonna be difficult for him to see how it's gonna go, as we won't see any pit stops now, as everyone has to do, of course,
Yeah.
2 laps here.
Just switching on to Nathan's point of view, as he exited the pit on his fresh set of intermediate tires, almost colliding with Ollie, but luckily both have made it out alive. Jav going onto the soft tires, maybe now this will be the only moment that Jav isn't the slowest driver on this field, on the softs with everyone else basically on wet tires. Let's see though if he can do something with those tires. Probably not, but a man can dream, a man can hope. Casper picking up a penalty, which is not great for him. He's losing time, of course, now as well to Ewan, which is logical. Wets on a dry track are a lot worse than Inters, as Ollie and Nathan have had a little bit of a moment, and both spinning out at the Aqua Minerale section of this track, getting on their way as well. Luckily, of course, and this is the lap where our leader is probably going to go in, unless he wants another lap of suffrage, which I don't think he wants. Frank, Phil, Kenny, Fleddy, and Jaden, all behind him, also probably going to go into the pit lane and switching back onto the dry tires, and that's where we're going to see the actual pace of all these drivers, and hopefully actually some good racing.
It's interesting to see, despite Casper having a penalty, he has shown to have a bit better pace than Evan here. To be fair, just lost 4 tenths, so the Inter's working quite well there for Evan so far. But again, he has used still one set of wet compounds compared to the others. We can use the hard tires. Casper's already used.
Sorry to interrupt you here. I've caught someone not sticking to the rules. Sieb has just pitted only without having a proper hot lap, so he has stayed one lap too few on those inters. I'm quickly gonna check the race direction, but I think he has just disqualified himself from the race.
Yes, you can see he's done one lap and then pitted, and then one lap and then pitted, which is against the rules here. So Sieb has to do one more lap on the wets and one lap on the inter still. So hopefully he, which is pretty much impossible here, because then he has to do 2 laps on this and then box again twice. So Sieb is pretty much guaranteed to finish last here. And yeah, he's done the challenge wrong. I've wrote it down and said in the chat that you have to do 2 laps and then pit, which he did not oblige to.
It is definitely his fault. As looking back to see those pit stops just being made, Smart Balls, he has finally tested the waters of the full wet tire. Kenny is his nearest competitor, but he is 16 seconds behind. Okay, that's quite a distance to bridge. Maybe he gets it, of course, with being on a lot better tires than the squad currently in P5. But we'll see. That's interesting to keep an eye on. As Pangri doing 1 lap more than it needs to on the mediums, overtakes Julian for currently a podium on track.
I'm pretty sure I just saw Jasper picking up 2 5-second penalties by going into the pits. I'm pretty sure by one cutting the corner and then the other by another speeding penalty. So he's got the most speeding penalties out of all the grids right there. As Casper and Flores are into the pits right there. Let me quickly check if Sieb has actually done it correct.
Yeah, now Sieb, after 1 lap on the mediums, has gone back to the inters. So he's gonna do 1 lap now on the inters. He has to do 1 lap on the wets, then 2 more laps on the mediums, and then the 3 laps on the softs, which is gonna be a mighty task for him. Flores going on to the wets, Does he need? He probably needs to use that tire then. Let's see. Yeah, indeed, he's already used the medium and the hards, inters, and now the wet. So he is a set of softs left at the end, as most people do. Only Casper, he's gonna go to the mediums at the end. Then the rest of the top 8 all softs on the last stop.
Yeah, but we will check race director after the race. Everyone has applied the challenge or throughout the race, so we can see who's done it correctly. Now it's going to be interesting to see how long Evan can hold on here compared to other cars who are on the medium tires now. Fleddy and Kenny will be feasting on these tires now. But what this shows actually is that people or the inters and the wet tires are too OP on a dry track, for example, and the other way around as well. There needs to be more of a difference here, as these tires should not work on a bone dry track. As,
I mean,
Julian,
they're not really working. If you can just see the gap between you and Casper, it's shrinking by like a half a second each corner. It was 5.1 going into the last two corners, and it is 4.2, 4.1 even coming out. So yeah, Casper gained a full second on hards in two corners, and Seep, he is back on the mediums to do two more laps on this one, then move back to the wets for one more lap, which he needs to do, and then I think he still needs a soft set as well for 3 laps. Because he's now lapped though, he might be in trouble with the like actually getting on all tires. It's not
yes,
looking good for the Dutchman, who is probably going to get disqualified from this race.
he's 41 seconds behind Jasper, which says enough about how his race has gone so far.
Ooh, that's
Hopefully he
big.
can still catch up. As Casper now is taking the lead there of Evan, as they make contact with each other now, but Evan, really struggling on the wet tires, is about to be swollen up by Kenny, Fleddy, Frank, and then Phil not too far by Anderson, and Jaden on the softs too. But we're gonna see, I think, the last round of pit stops here, as Evan getting absolutely swallowed here by other
Fingered.
cars. Yes, that works as well. That works as well. Um, but Casper now in the lead, but he's got penalties. So it's probably Frank in pole position to win this overall challenge here. As he picks up another penalty now. He's having an absolute disaster here. As now again the leads are pitting, and
Ooh,
Kenny picking up
Kenny.
a 5-second penalty right now. So Ollie picking up a 3-second penalty. Everyone picking up penalties right there. As Kenny now putting on a set of soft compounds. As oh, you see, cast double stacking is Evan and Frank. They were teammates together, so Evan has really lost ground to this now, and Flores pick up another 5-second penalty. Everyone picking up 5-second penalties here.
Yeah, see, you were not surely not happy with that. It just got uh, blasted by everyone on that little straight leading up to the Rivat side, the last two corners. And because of that, he has double stacked behind that whole tray now. Everyone on fresh softs. So they're probably on the best strategy that they could have been on. Just using those fresh softs now towards the end of the race. Yeah, Phil opting to do one more lap on the mediums probably thinks that that's the best strategy. Jaden, he's currently on the soft, so he's gonna go into the mediums right now, or whatever tire he still needs to go to finish the race. And there are lots of drivers looking at the race director who already filled their tire needs. One noticeable absentee from that list, though, is Sieb, who started on the hards, gone to wet, medium, inter, and back to the medium. So the softs are still missing, and as well as a lap of the wets. I'm unsure what he's doing, what his strategy from now on is to avoid getting disqualified. He's currently doing his second lap on the mediums. Scrap that. He's doing a third lap on the mediums. So even though he's in
That's
crisis
correct.
of not completing his challenge, he's still doing one lap more on the mediums than what he needed to do.
Now this is actually correct right there. If you check. Oh no, actually he could
No,
have
because
pitted that lap.
He's lapped.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
could.
he's currently on his fourth lap of the mediums, and because he's lapped, he will only complete 15 laps. He's currently in lap 13, which means if he pits now, he can only do lap 14 and 15 on the softs. Those are 2 laps,
Yes, and
which, if you have brains, indeed means that he cannot compete 3 laps on the softs.
And he's missing still 1 lap on the wet, so he's screwed either way. So
Yes, that
Sieg
as
will
well.
be disqualified for the challenge. So, oh, interesting to spot out. We've got one driver in the top five missing 1 lap on the wets, which is
Oh,
Fleddy. He's missed. He's done
oh,
4 laps on the hards, 2 laps on the wets, 3 laps on the inters, 3 laps on the mediums. So he is missing 1 lap on the wets. So he'll be disqualified then. It looks like because
he
he's
needs to
not.
pit in lap 15 then.
Yeah, he's made a mistake.
Even then, no, then he's fucked as well.
Frank,
Fleddy needs to pit now. Fleddy needs to pit, otherwise he's disqualified.
yes, and Frank has met regulations, so he can finish the race right now. Phil has also met the challenge right there. He's done 1 lap extra on the mediums right there. Well done there. Um, Same for Evan. He's met the challenge. Jaden has also met regulations there. So Fleddy has fully screwed over.
Ooh,
Same for Flores.
just looking at some talking about Flores, looking at on track action. He just got overtaken by Julian for P8. Currently both with penalties, but yeah, that's a challenge on track. As well as for the lead, Casper and Kenny. I think they're both on 3 second penalties. No, scrap that. Kenny has 8 seconds worth of penalties, so he's going to drop behind Casper anyway. Behind Frank as well. Frank is looking likely to be our race winner on Imola. Who thought of that? Frank winning a race here.
But we're gonna have two people so far being disqualified next to Seep, which are Flores and Fleddy. Bit of a shame to see, as yeah, they didn't meet the required compound, so that's a big shame there. So
Yeah, only
as
if Fleddy pits now to wets, which he doesn't.
so
So
Fleddy
unfortunately,
is out
yeah,
of the
Fleddy,
challenge
Fleddy.
there. So that's speed thrown away for that team. Big shame to see. And same for Flores. Flores needs to pit at the end of this lap for I think it was the wets as well. So he's done 2 laps
Okay.
on the wets. So he's fully messed up there.
I mean, Flores, he thought about going in. He's not going in. Otherwise, he wouldn't have met his softs requirements. No, he would have. So he's done 1 lap too few on the wets, like you just said. He's not going in, so that's a disqualification for him as well, unfortunately.
Rules are rules. But so far it looks like it will be Frank indeed winning the race right there. In between, is Kenny making a slight mistake? Is that Kenny making a mistake? Or is it Ghost Car? Sorry, it's Ghost Car being loud. I think that's Seep. No, Seep missing. Henky getting a 10-second penalty now right now. I'm not sure what happened to him right there. Many people probably being frustrated right there. Um, but we're gonna go on board with the Polishman, who's most likely gonna win the race. He's kept it clean. No track limit penalties, no 5-second penalties, and he is gonna win this challenge right there. Well done to Frank right there, as he's gonna
Yeah.
win this challenge right there. Kenny serving the 5-second penalty, and indeed Frank wins the challenge ahead of Casper, Kenny, and then Phil in fourth, Evan in fifth, then Jaden sixth, Julian
Ooh.
seventh. Was actually
I have
Phil.
I have some bad news for the Chiritos team, as Jav has also not met requirements, possibly due to the drive-through. He has only completed 2 laps on the mediums. Currently lap 16 and second lap on the mediums. He's gonna get a disqualification as well. Both drivers for that team disqualified from this race.
Oh no! What is disaster? That's gonna hold them in a championship. So it's not well done there. So both teams making a huge mistake. That's a huge mistake there. But yeah, we can give you benefit of the doubt there. But um,
No,
Mali completed the challenge, so there was no reason
exactly.
for you to not complete it.
Marley, listen to the rules. Jav, you're getting a disqualification. That's unfortunate, but like we say in Dutch, unfortunately peanut butter, nothing to do.
Okay,
But we have a Calma Romeo, a 1-2.
Calma Romeo 1-2. You love to see it. You love to see it. Even though they're not teammates in this version, but they're the BHL teammates celebrate a win together. I accidentally skipped the podium celebrations, but Frank has definitely won this challenge here. So Als we gaan not too satisfied Nevenir. Als he said in the chat, I see why Jasper doesn't race for IRT. So that's a polite message to say the least.
I mean, he's not wrong to be fair, but on the other hand, Frank, I mean, he drives for IRT, but not by choice. I mean, it's more just we have to, and he's won the race. So yeah, these races don't really account for anything. People can win without having any talent. People can lose with having talent.
Anyway, we're gonna move on to the next challenge, which is a completely different challenge compared to the Thai compound challenge, as Easter is celebrated mostly on 2 days in most countries. And that means for this challenge you can only use second gear. Points will be per position after turn 1, which is Baku. Circus Baku, you must be in second gear. So beforehand you can get a little advantage. We were quite lenient in that. Probably should have had second straight away. But after turn 1, you must be in second gear. You can't make a pit stop because otherwise you're literally just gonna make a pit stop. And I'm pretty sure you go quicker in the pit stop than in second gear. Am I? No, 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 that's wrong. Never mind. Quarter cutting will be on strict, which it already is. Circuit is Spain, perfect, so don't need to change that. It's a 3-lap race. So yeah, have you also counted the double points, by the way, or
Yes, yes, yes. I've done that. I'm just filling out the settings now again.
yeah, weekend structure will switch to a this of the track will be random, so it doesn't really matter what. Oh, I made a mistake, haven't I? Because it's not Baku, it's Spain, of course. I completely said wrong. It's Spain. So people towards turn 1, the gearbox, let's just say, is quite nice. You can use it, and then after turn 1, for everyone, it just breaks. So it's going to be interesting to see how this is going to play out. Everyone has going to have to slow down quite leniently. The one in turn 1 is going to have quite a big advantage here. So
Yeah, just filling out the points. It's looking like a lead for, I think, Kenny and Jasper. Although, of course, not finished yet. So we have to wait and see. Jaden with a solid 16 points after, of course, disqualifications for Fleddy. Then you win with 15. Julian got 14. So good points for the Bunny Hoppers. Currently sitting in P2, it looks like.
some people seem not too happy with this mistake right there. So
I mean, yeah, he shouldn't have done it. Just follow the rules and you're fine. But he
yes.
he had to not do it. So disqualification, 0 points. Mali as well not being too high up with that drive-through means that they're rock bottom currently at the standings. Close stick with a solid 9 points. Then Mali gets 8.
And for the people that might be last in the standings, make sure not to retire because yes, points they matter, winning is fun, but the challenge itself is what makes the difference as well. Just try to compete in the challenges, have some fun. It's not that serious, so yeah,
Exactly.
try
And
have
of
some
course,
fun.
comeback is possible as well.
Never give up. Never give up.
Smaller was a team with double points. It's just that. P5 and Team 6 has got Janice Christ, so it's only P5, Team 5 without the extra points for this photo challenge.
And many conversations are being held about challenges, about how this is gonna play out. That's the thing you guys need to figure out. So So yeah, Thomas is gonna announce the next picture after he's done standings, and then once it's been announced, you all can ready up. I will announce ready up as well. So let me know if you're ready, because
I'm just putting the standings up right now.
how many teams still to go?
And then we go to the picture challenge of Spain. Indeed.
Spain.
Spain.
This probably should be an easy one, apparently to
Yeah,
Thomas.
this is the easiest one.
I don't think it's such an easy one, but who's counting? So
And I'm ready to send it. People have read it up, so we are going. This one I think everyone should be able to get.
how confident are you?
If you have driven this track a lot, then you should be good.
As two teams, or one team has already got it correct by the master called PayPal. They've got the question already correct, so well done to them. They're on a perfect streak so far. With yeah, they got 4 out of 4 at the moment. So I'm pretty sure we announced we got double the points. What would I say? They got all of them correct. They've done really well there. So. Same for turn 5, they got it correct. And
Turn 7 as well, but Frank's being a bitch.
oi, 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 oi. Team 5, which Gold Speakers got it correct. Us, here we go, into turn 1. Everyone's gearbox is about to malfunction after turn 1 with Kenny on pole position.
And Nathan,
A couple of jump starts.
Nathan has left, and that has caused some um, havoc. His internet dying. Kenny taking the lead, and he is now into
And
second
here
gear.
we go. The gearbox have failed off everyone right there. They must be second. Ooh! You must be in second gear throughout there. You can't make a single mistake. How are you gonna treat this? Are people
As someone spun. Okay.
spawn second gear? Who's gonna take the best exit right there?
I mean, Jaden taking the short line. I think that's what you have to do, of course, because you're not gonna carry any speed. Going a little bit wide though, as at the back. Oh, there's a spinner. That is Jav, I think, restating the track, but we'll see that through the fingers. This one you can do.
Oh,
Everyone's still in second gear, like they should. Very well. Some are not using ERS, some are. This is a scintillating drag race towards turn 10 between Jaden and Kenny. Probably the slowest battle for the lead you've ever seen on this game. Oh, as Kenny broke, Jaden didn't, and Jaden spun into Kenny, and he is into the gravel. Yeah, losing all positions. Henky up to P3 has not had some amazing races so far, but he is doing really well. Fleddy with a gap to him in P4. Ollie in the slipstream of Fleddy. Can he get past?
look at the
Trying
slipstream
his
effect
best.
here.
Nick and Casper side by side, but Nick has a short line, and that's that. The penalties for ignoring yellow flags. I don't know why that is. But
Probably penalty should be enough, but hey ho, game's the game. You have to carry on anyway. Everyone is trying to overtake each other. Look at the this challenge is absolutely ridiculous. Look at the camera angle right now. Oh my goodness, it's crazy.
I'm happy we've only done it
3 laps.
for 3 laps. Otherwise, it would have been a long race. But yeah, taking the definition of driving in a train, a bit too literal. Ollie maybe has a good run on Fleddy, hugging the inside line. There is a car going off into the left. That's Henky, who has lost the car, unfortunately. May have jinxed him a small wee bit.
Yeah, well, people can take different lines, for example. That's what we're trying to figure out. Some cars are actually on the inside right there. Maybe trying to go around the outside right there. It's glow stick. There we go. We see a move right there. As Nick has passed Jaden right there. Nearly. Yeah, he did.
He did. He did. Glowstick behind as well, almost getting a move done. They're going side by side, I think, into turn 9. Jaden getting the inside line. Glowstick though with his front wing, he's on the inside trying maybe a switchback. But Jaden is sticking on the inside of the track. Can he get the move done? I mean, he's trying. He's trying to be fair, but he has to slot in behind him for turn 10.
And
And
there we go.
yeah, this is the moment where you can actually make a difference, as Jaden has done. He is now side by side
There
with
you
Nick.
go. We got
He should
Jaden.
actually have to lift somewhere around the outside of turn 11. Does he make this move stick to turn 12 and turn 13? We go now flat out in second gear as well. But usually, of course, is in the normal race too. A bit further ahead, it's Ollie and Casper going side by side.
But there we go.
Casper enjoying the slipstream
For the
of
final
Seep.
lap, we've got DRS enabled. Someone going into pits, which is not allowed, which is Henky. So he didn't read the rules. But the pit lane is slower anyway, so he'll be disqualified either way because you were not allowed to make a pit stop right there. But the slipstream, there you go. Casper using the DRS to full effect here. I think so. Oh, no, actually, you only have it for turn 10. I think it
I mean,
is.
this is interesting now. Ollie and Casper, I think that's the battle we have to focus on. They were side by side into turn 1, but then Casper took it a little bit better with lifting, of course. This whole train has being led by Fleddy. Glowstick still in the pursuit of Jaden. It's not quite working. Maybe he can do something here if he lifts. No, it's full throttle. Then you can't really do anything except taking the tightest line that you can. And I think Casper has figured it out as he's now on the tech of Steep. Here, you can actually make a difference. You have to lift. And Casper going around the outside. The track's running out though. He's off the track, then side by side. Barging wheels, Julian and Nathan also having a little battle of their own. Maybe then Seep just blocks it off. Casper onto the curbs. Maybe Ollie with a good exit. He is gaining some bits. The difference is now that Casper is burning all of his ERS. Seep and Ollie are both still full going into turn 10. That's where you can make the difference. That's where you have to lift and go on throttle again. Casper going to the inside of Seep. Covers it off though. But now it's very, very close. And they are side by side. There's the one more
Both
corner where you have
teammates
to lift.
actually. Both teammates making contact with each other. Phil and Julian right there making contact with each other right there.
Oh, that's not good. But Casper and Seep side by side in the last sector. There is a little bit of contact made. Jaden and Nick side by side as well. Jaden on the inside. I think he's gonna win that one. Ollie now making maybe a move for Casper. Is he gonna get it? No, he's not. He stays behind. Penalties. I don't know if we have to remove those.
We probably
do.
probably do. But that was a interesting race to say the least. That was really funny. We're gonna have one disqualification by Henky, even though he did finish last already. So
Yeah, I'll just take the positions without those penalties because those are all if we're ignoring yellow flags,
yeah, we
which
can
are
do.
probably which were caused by everyone going in second gear. So those penalties will be removed.
Yeah, I agree with that. So yeah, everyone's gonna get the penalty removed. For next time, if we do a certain challenge like this, then we'll have rules off. So it's of course a bit difficult to control this, as some people might accidentally do it, but for most of the times everyone did it correctly, so we're gonna base it off that. So I think everyone's done
Current,
quite well there. So
the only ones without currently the points are Team 10.
Team 2 have not said anything about it. So Team 3 have got it wrong. Team 4 got it correct. Team 4 is wage slaves. They've got 3 out of 4 as well. Most of the teams got 3 out of 4, which is quite good. Truck limit merchants. Let me check that they got it. Nope,
No, Team 2
wrong.
just got it wrong. It's turn 10.
So for the people who didn't,
First corner of sector 3, is that correct? Quickly check. Then we go to Baku for the right only.
well, that's gonna be interesting to
And
see how.
indeed it is.
5 lap race, of course, or was it 25%? Hold up, let me check. 20. I'm pretty sure it was 25. Yeah, 25%, and then we'll end off with 25% race. So we should be able to finish this in a half an hour, hopefully. So that's happy days. What else was it? Yeah, that's about it, really. I think damage off. Let me quickly put on gearbox again for Jaff because he needs it. Um,
So only team 2 and team 8 without the extra points.
so interesting. So, team was it team 2 got the first challenge wrong. Team photo 4 they got wrong. Now it means entering to see um, yeah, what do you think of the next photo? Because that's the best thing to do. And teams make sure not to forget, whoever's watching the stream, not to forget the Easter egg challenge and the calendar challenge, because only one team has so far guessed the Easter egg challenge, which is Panos. He's been really sharp on that, and the calendar challenge. So make sure to guess that. I'll announce that for the next one once this it's all calculated by Thomas.
So let's see, Casper. Yeah, I think no one actually changed positions from this one, so I just take this screenshot. Seep and P4. Much needed points. If you could quickly check if anyone has double points for Spain.
Um,
16 points to Casper. And this is 16.
Team 3 have got double points by Nick
Okay.
and Ollie. No, wage slaves. Nope. What if you think so?
14 for Jaden. 13 for Nick. Which will then double, so that's a good wildcard played by Team Czech Limit Merchants, as they will get 30 and 26 points respectively
Yes.
for their...
Cold speakers. Do you know, because you didn't pin anything.
No, then they haven't put anything yet.
Okay, then they won't get double points. Then
Nope.
they make sure not to forget. So. And the interesting challenge about this one is you have to make bishop either way. Um, so we've already readied up, the standings are done. So
Oh, as I just got a Frank, he's gonna put double points for this one.
oh, just in time.
Yeah, the photo isn't out yet because they read it up so early, but they will have to wait for that. Bitches. Four for Jav. 3 floors and 2 egg. Right, standings done again. Quickly do the photo.
Oh, as everyone's readied up, you're gonna have to announce the photo now. We'll give a little bit
Yeah.
more time. So
as we are
It's a little bit of
underway.
glitch. Red
There's a red flag.
flag. Okay then, that's interesting to say the least. I'm not sure why it is a red flag. It could be that the session is glitched. That's just great.
Um,
That's great. Well,
I think we will have to.
we may have to restart the lobby, which,
Yeah, just everyone. If everyone retires, it should be fine. I think. If you then disallow, like disable the red flags.
well, I didn't really expect that for it to be red flag. So
That's crazy.
we'll see how this is gonna play out. But that's interesting. Gives teams also the time to guess um, where the photo will be. So that's good to see. Um, and some people, I think I've got it correct. So
Yes,
as the lights are on
team
now,
tonight. I mean, we started from lap 3.
because
Yeah.
Henky has picked up a drive-through penalty. That could be a secret tactic as well. Everyone must make a pit stop. So somehow we're on lap 3, so we skip 2 laps, so we take those. And the challenge with this one is you can only overtake in right-handers.
And there's also already a little bit of chaos at the back because we haven't got to a right-hander yet, so you can't really overtake. Marley's just chilling in the front. Nathan trying to push him around the track to make him go fast. And
No.
everyone is just waiting for a right-hander, which is coming up now. So this is an opportunity. Marley's
Go-
sticking to the right tactically. Julian, though, is he going to make the move on Nathan? He is. That counts. He has started the move in the right-hander. So Julian, that's fair, but there's contact, and it's fine. They can actually, yeah, they have survived that.
So yeah.
Nick going for the switchback on Smolly, I think they've got it correct as well. Pangri and Jav battling it out a little bit further down the field.
But the interesting challenge about this one is you can seldom move in a right-hander, but then finish the move in a different corner. So someone goes straight on. I think it was Nick that's gone straight on. So he loses position, and that's
Oh my god. There has been some mounting in the castle section.
See, if people crash out, then we can't
Um,
actually do anything about it. Then that's just, yeah, not our
yeah,
mistakes. So
that's not really an overtake. That's just you can pass.
yeah,
Jasper has just over. Well, he ignored the rules. He has overtook people on the back straight, which are left-hand corners, not right-hand corners.
so you must
Yeah,
either let them through or he'll be disqualified.
exactly. As Seep was waiting, he could have overtook him there. There's a right corner coming up now for Seep, so
He
he
can go
can
side by
overtake here.
side. Has go side by side. Yes, he has. So he can
So
complete the move.
exactly. Seep can put this one through if he can, because Jasper has some crazy straight line speed, and now he's behind and he
And
can't
there you go.
overtake
And
anymore.
what's
So that's the opportunity
And
gone.
what's interesting about this, you can only make a maximum of 3 stops. So people will make a pit stop and go full send, so they get clean air. So that's also a bit of strategy coming
Yes.
into play as well. So it's not only fully down to overtaking, it's about being smart into strategy as well. How are you going to play this? Because the leaders may think like, oh, we're in the lead right now, but cars that have made a pit stop right now can create such a gap right there. So strategy is becoming really interesting right now. But for the moment, it's Marley and
Oh,
Julian.
Seep went for a move in the right-hander. He went for the move, but he couldn't get it. And there's a little bit of things going on here now, and Phil getting into the wall because I don't know if he went for the move in the right-hander.
Oh,
But I don't know
yes,
even know
Flores is
what's
complete that move in the
going
right
on here.
hander.
Yes, and now there's right-hander coming up as well. Is anyone gonna dive it? A floor is around the outside of Frank, maybe. It was trying in the right-hander, but he didn't put it off. Glowstick and
Oh
Casper,
god.
they're slowing down because they can't overtake each other. And Glowstick has put it into the wall out of pure frustration, probably. But now Henky is coming up to Glowstick, and he cannot overtake him, ghosting through them.
Well, he let
I
him
think
go.
he's
So
yeah,
it's
he's let him
correct. Well
pass.
done.
So
Well done.
he corrected his mistake. That's exactly what we want to see. And there's a big train now coming up, and that's I think why Smalley Balls, Kenny and Jaden at the back, they have pitted already, but already have caught up to Ollie and Seep who are just fighting it out again with each other.
But just look at how far Marley and Julian and Nathan are now clear. And Casper as
Oh,
well.
Henky on the
Because
straights.
it's so chaotic behind. So that's absolutely insane.
Frank has a lot of overspeed on Nick, but he can't make the move on the straight itself. Trista, Jasper is, I don't think he understands the challenge as he has gone past on the straight,
Yeah, so
which is
Jasper,
illegal.
yeah, Jasper
Jasper
doing it
is,
completely wrong.
he's gonna get probably disqualified as he has made several moves, which weren't in right-handers.
But he probably doesn't. He probably thinks it's a normal race, so he can overtake everyone. And this is an opportunity for him to actually overtake someone. So,
Exactly, yeah.
so yeah,
Usually in the normal race he can't overtake anyone.
exactly. That's why he
Phil
bottled.
maybe going for the move in the right-hander as upper front going for a move as well. Phil making the move stick on
They,
Jasper and he's ahead of him now, so that's well executed from him. Frank, Nick, Jav, they are in a fight, and Jav going for the move in the right-hander, but it backfires as Nick is now past him, 3 wide into the twisty
oh,
section of the thing. It's Jav, and the wall almost goes Nick, and it's 3 wide going into Castle. What am I seeing? Oh, but they've gone Nick into Phil, into Jav, and everyone has gone by, but Nick the main loser. Phil gone through. Jav, I think. Chaos.
oh, daring me as Hankey's actually left the session right there. So, not sure why he did. Probably down to frustration. This is getting the best out of the people, us getting the frustration out of everyone here. So it's gonna be interesting to see whoever pits because they'll be probably behind
Oh,
Evan right there as the leader. I think nope, they still decided to make a pit. They not pit, not make a pit stop right there. I can't speak anymore because it's just absolutely chaotic.
oh my god! I've just seen some calamities back because people were trying to go overtakes, but then we were 3 wide on leading onto the straight, which of course they are right corners, so you can start overtaking. But then the walls came a little bit too close. People got put in the walls, and they have lost a lot of time. Top three, they are gone. Nathan maybe looking for a move on Marley in this right-hander, and indeed he is, but it doesn't work out. Marley stays ahead for the time being.
Yeah, it's absolutely chaotic race. We're nearing halfway of the race already, so this race is actually speeding up quite quickly. We only have, I think, 2 more races to go after this one, I'm fairly sure. So let me quickly check the calendar as we're already on. This was race 5. But if you check the pace of. Oh, I see Molly has made a mistake now with Nathan here, so they've lost ground here. And Julian is just so far clear ahead now, so he can just control the pace from here on out. That's
Yeah,
also an
Frank,
advantage to
Frank,
have.
oh, Frank and Glowstick, they went, Frank went for the move, the corner before Castle, which is of course allowed, and he has made the move stick, but there was a little bit of contact.
Oh,
Flores and Jasper going side to side into Castle, and that's never a good move. They have uh, batted into the wall, and actually that's Smarty Balls making a move on Kenny in the right corner after the Castle section, which is of course allowed, and he has made that move stick. So that's probably the best one I've seen so far. Now he has to set his eyes on Jasper Smalleballs because he doesn't have to pit anymore. But he's he has made some very great moves. I've just seen that.
yeah, it's just interesting challenge to say the least. But none of these cars have pitted so far, and I expect him to pit soon. As Casper said, fast lap, he's done Baku practice already because on Monday, which tomorrow of course, is PSGL around Baku. So it's gonna be interesting to see how these cars, or how these drivers are gonna approach Baku after this race. We don't want to see them only overtaking in right-handers, so that's yeah. Interesting to say the least, as Javas hit the back of C, both hitting the A after the corner, and yeah, Jasper I think has learned now from his mistakes, slotting in behind now from right-hander, C running a bit by there, and we've got Ollie making pits right there, so he's probably gonna be one that is gonna push quite a bit if we create a gap right there.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. See, Yellow Flag's Glowstick has gone for a little wee spin as Sieve now coming up to exactly in the right hand. He's gonna go for the move, but it doesn't quite fit. Jasper going for the move on Jav. He's gonna make it. No, he isn't, as he is into the wall. As Moneyball's getting past. That is quite inevitable. Jasper almost heading the back of Ewan back. Sieve and Glowstick. Sieve is gonna go for the move. I think here in the right hander. But and Glowstick looking the race and Sievers go through Jav in the wall. A little bit further back, I don't know if there was contact between him and Smotherballs, who probably went for the move there.
Yeah, Somali Bosman up to P10. He's one of the cars that pitted earlier. Of course, you have to make a pit stop now. More yellow flags behind us. Jasper has spun out right there. It close to still in P8, so he's doing a relatively good job right there. But it's such a massive gap now. As Pangri is up to P5 now. Also, we've got someone spinning on the main straight as Mali. So Mali's lost a lot of ground right now. And Julian is losing a lot of time to Casper now. So Casper is one of the favorites to win this Grand Prix right now. And Nathan's done really well because I'm pretty sure he was in the midfield as well at some point. He's now made his way up to P3, so good recovery there from the mascot PayPal JB driver.
Taking inspiration from V Carp probably as well as Kenny has gone past Jaff. Flores, he has the way to get past the Spaniard as there is a left turn coming up for as a change. Turn 1 left, turn 2 left, turn 3 left, and then turn 4 you can actually overtake. And just ahead of us, it's Glowstick holding the whole train up, Jaff having a little bit of a moment. But it should be fine, he can't get overtaken anyway right now by Flores, Fleddy, Jaden, all hugging him, hugging his ass. A little bit further ahead, Jack has gone deep. Does that open the door for Seep? Indeed it does. And he goes for the move, but that's way too late, and Seep has put Jack in a wall. And that's
Yeah.
Jack gone down to P16.
He was doing so well at the same time, so bit of a mistake there from him as close to completely cut the corner right there. Probably just lost his mind a bit. He's got a 3-second penalty now because he can
Oh,
only overtake in right angles.
Kenny and Seep going for a little adventure in the corner before the castle, same as Jane, Fleddy and Nick, who are also very close in castle, but can't overtake there. Of course, Flores needs to back off because Jaff has made a mistake. He has gone off track, but he can't overtake.
Well, that is out so far. I saw Jasper moving on the straight to put Ollie in the wall, but somehow yet still made a mistake. Oh, we've got a spin in the back right there. As Fleddy has made a big mistake. He spun on the exit of the turn and has dropped all the way down. But interestingly, all the cars with the movers made a pit stop so far because, of course, in a 25% race, you must make a pit stop right there. So expecting people to make a stop on
I mean,
fire up. Actually,
I think the red flag
oh yeah, of course, because of the red
has
flag,
counted
everyone's
as a
made a
pit stop.
stop. So yeah, we can't really do anything about that. So yeah, everyone will go to the end. So it's a race between Julian and Casper right now for the win, and Nathan as well doing a relatively good job in P3. Frank also in P5, so he's also scoring some good points there for gold speakers. Just ahead of Pangri, who's getting called down by Phil. Not sure how he's gonna approach this in a right-hander. He's actually gone side by side now, but nope, not anymore. So yeah,
Oh. Now he
does
can do it. This is a right-hander again, and he was still on the move, and he has barged his way through, using the full width of his car to make his way past the Greek freak, down to P7.
let's see it as Frank has got past Marley. Marley made the mistake, so his soft tires are really dying off. And plenty of chaos still in the midfield. As Jarvis Sama still in P5 with Flores, Jaden and Nick not being able to pass him.
This is he has a very thick ass, doesn't he?
Exactly. There's a reason why so much fluid has come out of it, of his body. So, but there you go. This is an opportunity for Nick or Flores to get past it, but there's just no opportunity. You can just hold him up so much. So he's done really
There's,
well there.
there's no need for Jav to use any ERS. It's only left-handers here. Then the straight is where the problem begins because he needs to be ahead at the first bit of the straight. Then he can just lean back again. But there's a right corner here, left and then a right again. That's where Flores needs to get past. Does he do it? Right-hander here, then one more right-hander. He needs to make the move now, otherwise he's too late. And he's already on the straight. I think this is too late. And it is indeed. He stays behind Jav, just pushing him down the straight. And this is exactly what the Spaniard needs. As Casper is getting very close to Julian in the meantime.
See, you gotta think sensibly how you're gonna approach this because you can only overtake in right-handers. So people gonna really have to think about how they're gonna play this. And with Jav on the hard eyes, really defending that 11 spot quite nicely. You can overtake it, just defend the inside line right there quite nicely, but they just can't make an overtake here work.
No, this is the moment for Flores, but Jav is just parking it on the right side, but then Flores can go to the left. Doesn't stick the move though, but that's Jaden's cue to attack. Because it was a right-hander, Jaden can now freely move this battle along towards the castle section, towards the twisty bit of the circuit. Flores on the softs, he has probably some worse tires than Jaden, still going side by side here, doesn't want to give this up,
Oh,
and he does manage to stick ahead. Nick in the wall just behind that as he tried to get past Flores as well, but he was having none of it. Jaden giving Jav a little love tap. Of course, Jaden on much better tires than this, on the same tires actually as the Spaniard, even though Jaden has stopped one more time. And there has been a move for the lead, as Casper has probably made the move in the right hander, or he hasn't, because he has just given it back.
quick update on bunny hoppers. Did they get picture 3 correct?
Uh,
Bunny hoppers.
no, they got Japan, and then Austria, and then Spain correct. So they missed one for Imola.
Okay,
Imola
so
they did not get correct.
okay.
No, Imola they got correct, but they had wrong the one before.
Oh,
But
race 2.
they only they got wrong one wrong.
Yeah, and then photo 4 they got correct. I'll check now. As the Kale's still going with 3 laps to go here, so
Yeah, it's a beautiful orchestrated chaos. Jav somehow still making it stick. Jaden, he's started the move in the left-hander, which has caused him to fall down quite significantly. Nick and Flores going side by side. I don't know if that's legal what Nick's doing, because I think he started it in the left hander but overtook it in the right. We'll see what Flores had to say about that, but he has penalty anyway, so probably would be behind regardless. Jaden looking if he can make the move on Jav, but he cannot. I think Jav has just went with the lowest wings possible as Nathan has left the session. Just quickly gonna invite him
because
back.
he's unfortunately had internet issues throughout, which is a shame
Right.
to see. Yeah, you don't want to see that for other teams, which is a shame, but yeah,
I think
hopefully they can sort it
Casper
out.
has gone to P1, but it looked like he's gone by just like just before turn one. I don't know if he started the move in the right hander on the straight, but Julian is gonna come back at him. He can't start the move here, but he can start it in the next corner. He just needs to be very very close to the leading uh, Dutchman currently. Kenny looking for an eye on Smiley Boss as well. A little bit of contact with Seb. I think Jaden still can't get past Jav as he is keeping his P11.
Very interesting right there. So far as Nathan's AI is unfortunately ranked past by Frank. So Frank up to P3 again. 11 seconds of the lead, but it's gonna be interesting to see. And yeah, the team of Frank is doing really well there. Cold speakers. Get it with Glowstick despite being Glowstick in P16. Frank's putting in consistent performance right now. He's won the last race. He's getting on the podium for this race. So he's doing really well. Marley defending quite a lot, but his tires are just falling off massively right now. But Pangu just can't get past because it's no right-hander here, apart from this one. But it's just so impossible to overtake. As Nathan's AI has been overtaken. Yeah, Jasper is just giving up, to be honest. I think he probably wants to get lapped multiple times. But look at the games Casper and Julian are playing. And Julian has got past. Julian has got past Casper now. Heading onto the final lap with Ollie getting a 3-second penalty now. So, and Julian is actually playing DRS games right now. It's so difficult to match here. But it is. Casper leading onto the final lap right there. Both of their tires must be absolutely shot now. Because, of course, in the 25% less race you get a little bit more wear, I'd say, if that's the case. But Julian getting an awful exit there, and there's no ERS left, so I don't think Julian will get past him here. And despite Nathan being so far back, I still think he'll get 5th place right there. He couldn't do anything about the disconnect, as Julian is actually, I think, tapped the wall. No, it was Jasper going backwards on the track. So he's fully giving up. Henky had to go, so we won't be seeing him anymore throughout this challenge. Um, and Nathan, unfortunately, we won't be seeing him for the rest of the evening because of internet issues. That's a shame to see, especially it wasn't his
Oh,
fault.
look at
So,
P1. Look at P1. Casper is playing some games.
but we also had some mental racing going on in the midfield with Seep, Marley, and Evan right there. So there you go. Some drivers really not sure how they're gonna overtake him. That's just the game. As we now head onto the top two right there with Casper and Julian going pretty much side by side with each other now. Who can get the best exit there? It looks like Casper has a good exit, but Julian just can't get past anywhere. And there's no right hander here, so it looks like Casper will win this race unless he makes a major mistake there. He has a better exit anyway, but it will be Casper, as he massively wanted, is gonna win this race for race 5 with only 2 races to go now. He's looking really good. And Yulin in second place. They just got really lucky that they didn't get involved in the mayhem afterwards. Frank in P3, Phil in P4. Won't get beaten by Nathan. Nathan's final race here will get him P5. Pangri in P6, Kenny P7, Seep P8. Can't overtake him here. Evan P9. Marley, who's doing so well, was fighting with Frank. It finished down in P10. That's horrific.
I think there is a little bit of drama between the top two because Yulin is accusing Casper of overtaking on the straight, which is of course not in a right-hander. It's an update. Team 1 has got it wrong. Team 2 has got it wrong.
Wrong. So it's photo 5. We're going quickly to the challenge. Team 2 also got it wrong, the Churros. Track limit merchants, they didn't say anything yet. Yeah, interesting race, say the least.
Yeah, there has been a lot of accusations that people did not follow the rules. It's tough to track though.
I think everyone didn't really understand it. It was a difficult challenge to get right, especially the right-hander one. We knew it was going to cause mayhem, so we got video from Julian now on lap 11. As Julian is going down the straight, he is in the lead so far. Casper going down the straight, and he indeed overtakes on the straight. So that's a penalty then for
Casper, yeah, probably needs to swap position with Julian.
yeah, I agree.
That's just proof of, yeah.
Yeah, we're getting some people are leaving now, unfortunately. Team 3 got it correct, so that's good. Which is, of course, the track limit merchants. They're getting 3 out of 5 right now. So we only have 2 races left now, so that's good. Both are standard 5 lapper racers, so that's just good to see. and it's down to who can gain as many positions as they can. Yeah, let me load just the 5 lap stand settings, I reckon, or no, just do. What am I doing? Hold up, vegan structure. Yeah, 5 lappers. Damage of preset. Um, so good, and you can overtake anywhere as well. So it's just pure racing. So unfortunately, people are gonna have to sleep now. We're past the time, so good thing Frank will get the 1.6 thing as well because Henky
Yep.
left. He had to go, and then Seep for the final races too.
Yes, sir.
It's a good thing to do.
Just need to get the
Team 2 got it wrong.
standings from Baku.
Yes, sir. And then we're gonna speed the process up by just going to reverse the next challenge if you're halfway. If we've done this, team 1 got it wrong. Unfortunately, the first one they got wrong. The second one, they got also wrong. The third one got it right. Team 3. Team 4 hasn't responded yet. Uh, team Bunny Hoppers, the Bunnies, Team Hammer. Did I got it right? Hammer Bunnies. Oh yeah, they got it right. Uh, so Bunny Hoppers only got one wrong so far. Um, Bunny Hoppers, sorry. No, Bunny Hoppers got it wrong.
Flores got 7 points, Fleddy 8, Jav 9. And then Nick with a 10 pointer.
Cold Speakers got it wrong. Mastercard PayPal. Um,
So double points for Team Bratwurst and for Cold Speakers.
Love that.
Well done for Frank because he finished third, so that's the best double points we've seen so far from him.
Yeah, they've done really well here.
From next race onwards, it's only Frank racing, so they'll get the 1.6 modifier.
Anyway, let's move on to the last challenge survey. Because otherwise it's gonna get quite late.
Yes.
So yeah, I've updated the last couple of bits. Uh,
Alright, need to have the bingo one. 10 wrong, 9 correct. So 9 have it correct. It's currently the only one. 3 correct, 9, 3 correct. Those were the only one. And 3, that's 2, 15 points.
Jaden said it's the final corner of sector 2, but he said turn 15/16.
I mean, yeah, no, fuck you, that's wrong.
Clear, clear.
I apparently
It's
did not
wrong.
post the race 4 one,
So
so
they also got their first
that's wrong.
photo wrong. I forgot to wait for the photo. I do apologize.
We move. We are at Brazil, and this is the picture that we're gonna put. If I can find it. Hello. Yes. This is probably the one which I think people can generally get like pretty decently. Everyone on the grid. It's 5 red lights for Brazil, and they're underway. So this is only the people who gain positions. Jav starting in P1 is probably not the best position for him to be. This is, of course, he cannot gain any positions. The people at the back, they can. Let's keep an eye out on the position change. So far, Glowstick 2 positions, but Phil, he has started in P16. Phil started last, and he's already up to P11. He's looking very good to win this challenge already right now. Glowstick in P3, battling it out with Nick Kenny following shortly, but Jav still in the lead. I think that's the main story of this one as he's going deep. Nick fancying a move around the outside in the middle sector, and he does make that move stick. A lot more grip than the Churro Man, who hits the back of the Dutchman in P1. Jav, though, still holding it around the inside for the last turn. Together with Glowstick, they enter, and he exits that corner alone. Only lost 1 position in the opening lap. That's pretty good for P1. Flores, he has not had such a good opening lap. He has gone from P3 to P15, already losing 12 positions. He's currently down in last place, as Jav actually retakes the lead of this race. Mollyballs winning 4 positions. Phil stuck currently in P11 with 5 positions. Fleddy with a good move on Glowstick. Does he make this one stick? Already almost out of the ERS, and also looking for a move on Ewan, but sticks out of it at the last moment. Jav and Nick fighting it in turn 6 and 7, and indeed he does. Nick make that move stick around the outside. Jav, though, not giving up. He's still right behind with Smiley and Fleddy. They are going side to side. Right behind Jav gets Smiley diving down the inside. Yeah, that's very ambitious from the Scotsman, putting Jav on the grass and allowing Glowstick through as well. Fleddy didn't have the greatest of times there either, as everyone is just making their way towards the finish line again to start lap 3.
The challenge going quite quickly already, as Nick proven to be very competitive around Brazil. Showing some really good pace, like the fast lap as well. He started like P2 or something, so it's pretty much down for him. For others not to gain as much. So if, for example, Phil started in P18, for example, then he's gonna be the one that has gained the most. So it's gonna be interesting to see how the rest are gonna have this one played out here. But so far it's Nick in good position, as close actually up to second now, ahead of Evan right there. So as Evan trying to go down the inside of Fleddy right there, doesn't really work. Interesting, Nick has picked up a penalty now, so he's gonna speed up quite a bit. Otherwise, Glowstick currently will win the race, but Nick is showing some very strong pace. Yeah, so I think he can still pull away here, but it's just chaos in the midfield right now here. As Floors actually spun out right there. Maybe some fatigue setting in after like 2 hours of racing. Oh,
Casper and Seep. It's a little bit of lag going on and a little bit of spinning up the wheels.
Spinning up the tires a bit, yeah, so unfortunately it hasn't worked out as much as you would have liked to. Jeff's still on P9, moving on to P8 now, so at the moment, let's see who is on the prime position as we enter lap 4 now. Currently, it is Phil. Phil started P16, has gained 9 positions here. Jeff has lost 7, but Phil is in currently prime position to win this challenge here, together with Fleddy, who's gained 6 places.
Yeah, both of them are looking really good. Frank as well gained 4 positions off the start, but yeah, in a big fight everyone is. Casper and Jav also in a little bit of a fight. Casper winning that one. Frank and Ewan going side by side, just like Glowstick and Fleddy just before them. Fleddy, interestingly, he is flashing. Glowstick isn't. Maybe he can get him before the line, as Jasper reminds me of his IRT debut. I don't know if you still notice in Crown E League. I think it was. He was standing still where he is right now as well, a couple of times. So good to see some things never change.
standards and everything, yeah, so at least he's a better manager, so that's what counts. Also,
Yeah.
Nick is on the final lap right now with Casper saying the fast lap right there, and Nick's in pole position to win this Grand Prix here in Brazil. Glowstick doing a tremendous job holding up the rest of the guys here, as Ollie picks up a 2-second penalty right now. So, as Flores picks up a 10-second penalty, he's probably looking to get lapped here down in P16. Has a difficult challenge right there. Glowstick only lost position now, but he's still almost for a P3 finish here. Jaff picking up a 2-second penalty right now, so he's gonna lose some positions right there.
Yeah, he's also losing positions because he was backwards on on the track. He made some contact with Julian, bouncing over the curbs, facing the wrong way down to P14. Unfortunately for the pole sitter.
Yeah, but it's gonna be Nick that's gonna win the Grand Prix. Despite many frustrations, he's gonna win this Grand Prix. But overall, it is going to be Phil that's gonna win the Grand Prix, having gained 9 positions here. Jeff having a 10-second penalty right now. Not sure how he's made that happen, but Phil is gonna win a challenge behind Fleddy here, who's gained a couple of positions. Then we've got Frank ahead of Casper, then Glowstick ahead of Evan. Actually, Julian behind Casper, and then Glowstick and Evan, and then we have Pangri and Jaden, and then we've got Nick. So Nick winning the Grand Prix actually finished out like in P12 or something, because he didn't gain enough positions. So that's a bit crazy. So yeah, let me round it out again. So we've got Phil P1, second goes to Fleddy, then we've got Frank ahead of Casper, and then we've got Julian.
Just quickly. Phil P1.
Yes, Phil P1, Fleddy P2, Frank P3, Casper P4, Julian P5.
Frank P3.
Yes. Casper P4, and then we've got Julian P5, and then Glowstick in P6.
Okay.
P7 goes to Evan. Then
Yes.
P8 goes to Pangri. Then P9 goes to Jaden. Then P10 goes to Nick, I'm pretty sure, if I calculate that well. So
Then Nick. Okay, we can quickly check my screen again. You had Nick who actually won a position, so he's the last one of those kind. Then it's Ollie and Jasper. Ollie for 10 points. Jasper for 9. Kenny lost 4, Siebel 6. So it's Kenny for 8 points. Sieb has 7. Then it is Flores and Jav and then Flores. 6 for Jav, 5 for Flores.
said, is that what Jeff said correct for challenge?
I don't know what he said.
Well, I'm not gonna say that because others might.
I'm quickly doing the settings. I'll come back. Alright, heading into the last round as well. Currently, the lead is for Bunny Hoppers with Julian and Phil, but they are followed by 1 point by Recify and Nick. Also, no one with the Easter eggs. Okay, so quickly, 1 has got it correct.
Okay, let me let's
2.
go to it together. Hold up. Wait. Okay, so 1 correct. 2 correct, right?
2 incorrect. Spinning
Incorrect.
trees. No, that's not true.
3
No, incorrect. 4 incorrect.
hold up.
5 incorrect.
4 incorrect.
6 haven't done anything. Team 7, that's not specific at all. Team 8,
Hammer
outside
Bunnies
turn
got it
6.
wrong, yeah.
That's wrong.
Bunny
It's
Hoppers
after
got it
turn 6.
wrong.
Turn 7.
Cold Speakers. Pretty sure I got it. What about Cold Speakers?
Just need. Oh, that's. I mean, he has the corners wrong, but he means the right one, so that's
Correct.
correct.
MasterCard PayPal. Let me check.
6 is wrong. After turn 6, yes.
Oopsie.
Then team 3 have it very, very wrong. Team 9 have it correct.
Let's go.
So
Oh, did
one
it send
correct.
anything? Did Team 9
Two.
send anything in about round 5 or follow 5? Don't think so.
Baku they got correct.
Okay, then let me change that.
Brazil they have correct.
Let's go. They got only one wrong so far, which is really good. Really well
10
done.
is correct.
Bratwurst. Let me
1,
check.
2 correct. One correct.
Okay. Yes, they got it right. Which
Then
means it's quite close. Many teams have got it
team
right.
7
so
correct.
happy
Yeah,
with
you
that.
had that one. Team 8 correct. So it's team 8 to team 7 to 7, 8, 9, 10 and 1 and 2. Oh no, and 1. Sorry. 7, 8, 9, 10 and 1. Those are the only one who got it correct. Right?
Sorry?
7, 8, 9, 10 and team 1. Those are the one who's got it correct.
Well, Team 4 is still guessing, so. Team 6 got it wrong, it looks like.
And then double points with 4. It's plain double points. Did I do that? Yes, I did. Wow, so good. They already did. Team 5 is double points for the last one. Team 6 double points for this one. That's really good. That's really good. That puts them miles in the lead because they just got a P1 and a P5. So they're gone. They have 37 points in the lead.
They have legged it.
They've like no one is currently able to complete the whole bingo.
That's a big shame. That's a big, big shame.
That is it is. Alright, I'll quickly post the last picture.
There you go, and then we can ready up again. For the final time. And then we've got the final picture up as well, which is an interesting picture as well. We've got Texas coming up now for the final race. Setting is all correct. And yeah, we've really enjoyed it. The time is going really quickly here. Yeah, even though we've sat here for pretty much 3 hours already
Oh
ourselves.
no, just over two. Oh yeah, we have yeah,
We have
true.
3 hours, but the others have done 2 hours. So the calculation was actually quite correct in terms of timing. But the final race will be just a standard 5 lap race. Not too difficult, just the quickest car can win around Texas. Rock and roll around here. Um, but yeah, they gotta find a stage as well, which has produced a lot of concerts uh, around the Texas circuit. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they're
Already
gonna.
some answers coming in. Team 7 have already got it wrong. Then there was someone who already got it correct and just need to find them.
Team 7,
Yes, Team
8.
8 got it correct. Team 7 wrong. Then the other ones haven't got an answer yet.
So Team
Team 4
8.
is
So
wrong.
so Team 8 only got one wrong. If I
Yes.
said okay, that's well done. That's really well done from them. Team 4, you said. Wage slaves got it wrong. You said.
Uh, let's focus on the race.
Let's focus on the race first off, because it's the final round of this IRT Easter Cup, and it's closing on pole position ahead of Jasper. Jasper on the front one once again, in the first time in like 2 years' time probably, and he's going down the inside of turn one. Hopefully he can get a good result here, but it looks like he's gonna get
Probably
smothered
not.
by Pangari and Seep here, but everyone also in close pursuit of the leaders here. Phil in P6, hopefully to do the best job he can with ahead of Nick and Ollie here. Both teammates doing quite well here in P7 and P8 here, so interesting how they
Yeah, I
gonna
mean,
finish this.
last edition we hosted the Winter Cup. This was the track where Jasper got his best result. So I'm expecting a lot of big things from him. But considering Glowstick was driving away from him already, it's not looking good. Because if Glowstick drives away, then you know you're wrong. If you look at the right here, you'll see an interesting piece of art, which may or may not help the drivers. But I don't think they're listening. So it's
Some
fine. Right now, no, they're not. A lot of action in the midfield. Kenny and Flores. Flores cutting the corner, almost making contact with Julian. I think that was indeed it was, but no contact made. Kenny and Flores side by side. Who's gonna be the one that wins that? Flores really deep. There is the contact with Julian that was already so close the corner before, and now Kenny has the inside, and he has the slipstream. And he has the position, same with Frank, as he is making the move in a triple right-hander as well. Outside of the left-hander going off track, but he makes the move stick. Flores with a 3-second penalty, losing a position and gaining a warning in the same corner. Jasper somehow still holding on to P2. It's good that Pangri took a break, because otherwise we might have to kick him just for the fact that he can't overtake Jasper, as Jav unfortunately retires from the session. That is his Easter Cup done. On to the next one for him.
yeah, but it's close to pulling away from Jasper. Jasper somehow still holding on in second place ahead of Bangri. So the quick guys a bit struggling to overtake those cars here. As actually Jasper has a bad exit, which leads Pangri to overtake Jasper now. But it's close to controlling the pace so far here. Yeah, Jasper doesn't play the game enough, I'm pretty sure, to warrant enough speed compared to the other guys.
Yeah, I mean he's also just shit, but um, there's it's an excuse for him, as he's now going down the inside of Bangri. Same with Phil, who makes a little bit of contact. Don't exactly know who's where at this moment. Jasper gets a penalty at least. Bangri and Phil both eager to get past. Same with Nick. Nick maybe going for the move on Phil, together with Bangri going for the move on Jasper a little bit further back. Frank and Julian uh, kissing each other way too much for minor Julian. You can't do that. Both minors, but still 17 and 14 is too big of an age gap. Jasper defending really hard against Bangri, and now it's 3 wide in the last corner. Phil and Nick diving down the inside of Bangri. I think Phil backed out of that one. That's the best thing to do. Kenny now on the I don't even know. He's going for the move on Nick, Phil, Pangri side by side. Jasper somehow still in the lead of this one. Kenny and Phil on the exit, but also Ollie on the left side. Phil is losing out massively as I think Ollie has made this move stick. Slotting in behind Kenny now as well as Nick and Pangri still P2 and P3 in this train for them respectively.
Good battles going on right here as Glows could build a tremendous gap with the Jasper train being massive right now. Pangri just being unable to overtake. We're just breaking our penalties right there. Bit of teamwork going on potentially, but Glowstick is really just enjoying this lead so far. So there's a massive train behind there. Look what the train Jasper is creating. It's like everyone here from P2 to 14 are all in the train together. So you could see like 4 or 5 cars maybe overtaking each other. Pangri goes down the inside, same as Nick. So Nick has gone for the double overtake because Pangri's overshot the corner right there. So Nick up to second place right now, actually making contact right there. So Pangri's up to second place again, make contact there. Kenny all of a sudden is now up to P3 right there. So good racing between these cars right there. And now Kenny up to third place right there. So Pangri can now go after Glowstick right there. And same for Kenny. And there's still 2 laps to go after this. So plenty of time still to make the difference right here. But it looks like Glowstick is still quite comfortable at the moment with Phil now getting a 2-second penalty now. Still being stuck behind Nick and Jasper here. So Jasper doing really well right there. And other cars just not being able to overtake them.
Jasper, he's played a beautiful team game, allowing his teammate to go past as Nick sends it down the inside. But there's contact being made with him and Jasper, and Nick goes for the spin. Jasper with issues on the traction. Phil got past. Julian is trying to go past, but going side by side with Jasper in the S is never a good idea. Phil up to P4, Jasper in P5, Frank really close to Julian in P7 for the pole. Low on ERS though. Same for Julian and Ollie as well behind. This is still the train to keep an eye on, as it's where the magic is happening. Pangri, on the other hand, he is gaining on Glowstick. One more lap to go. Is it going to be enough as Kenny overtakes for P2?
Good move there from Kenny as he's going after Glowstick now, but the gap is still 1.8 seconds now. So if Glowstick has a terrible final sector, then Kenny could still be in contention for the win right there. But the podium looks pretty much sealed right now with cars behind all having penalties. So Jasper somehow still in the top 5 right there, but he's gonna drop down plenty of positions right there. But he's doing better than expected, to be honest, for someone that doesn't drive the F1 game a lot here. So he's doing a good job right now, and Evan also just for his standards, showing a lot of patience right there. Just still on P11, and normally he would just go full send and diving down the inside, but he's done quite well here. Just to be patient and just stick behind because he knows there's like 5 cars of him having penalties, and yeah, that can definitely gain him a lot of points right there, like 7 points extra. With Frank now going past Julian and Jasper now, so Frank has driven a good event as well, going down the inside and placing his move very well right there, as Jasper is now down to P9. It's going all wrong here, all tits up on the final lap.
Yeah, Jasper he had a moment in turn 1 where he just went miles off track. Then he had a moment with Ollie where they collided and locked wheels. Then they both went into sort of a half spin. Jasper down to P9, probably where he belongs with the driving skills, with just his general charisma. His beer pong skills as well, I want to point out that those are generally dreadful. I've beat him quite severely. Jasper moving on the straights as well, for good measure. You weren't getting past anyway though, and there's a big battle up ahead. Seep, Frank, Julian, side by side by side. Doesn't work though in turn 12. Seep getting a penalty for that, justified. That's ridiculous behavior as Julian tries to go for the switchback. Maybe a dive in this turn. He doesn't quite put it off. Jaden close, following all 3. Ollie and Jasper having a little bit of a battle of their own. I think Jasper's going to send it in the next corner, because otherwise he isn't Jasper. Is he going to do it? He's using the ERS. Is he going to try? He isn't just yet. He hits the back of him though, goes off track, and I think that's the charge of him done. Oh, it's not. He said indeed he sent it in the last corner. A bit too optimistic. He doesn't even get the place, even though I just said that Ollie gets a 3 second time penalty for overtaking Jasper off track. Scandalous behavior from the Brit. Glow stick one. That's what it's all about.
Let's go. And they also got a double point right here. So yeah, they got a double points from that. So really good points there from Glowstick and Pangri right there. So yeah, good job from those guys right there. And yeah, Jasper has held up those guys really well. And then yeah, really well done there. Um, So yeah, we're getting the standing us right now. But yeah, that was the IRT Easter Cup for this edition. Didn't take as long as well as last time. Last time it took 3.5 hours, so that was a bit ridiculous. This time it took only 2.5 hours. And it looked fun from the commentary box. Of course, the drivers might have experienced a bit differently, but yeah, just want to thank all drivers that participated in the event. Um, and yeah, also to Thomas for doing the standings as well and doing the challenges. It was really good fun to see. And yeah, I think we're gonna get standings up now so we can celebrate the
Ah,
winner
I'm
of
gonna
the
try.
challenge if it's completed, of course, because we still need to do the double challenges, uh, the yeah, the challenges, and so yeah, plenty of
Yeah,
stuff to do.
something good for Pangri and Glowstick. Of course, they won and got third, and they had double points as well. They're gonna get very, very close. I don't know if they're gonna make it, but they will be close to winning. Let's see. 18 for them, so that's that and that. And Kenny in P2, he's got 19 points. Dun. Then smaller balls with 14.
So let me check. Let me get the points up there. So Team 1 got it wrong.
Yeah, I'm quickly doing the points. Hold on one sec.
Let me get them up. Only the second one they officially got wrong, so that sucks.
All right, so who got the points correct? Of
Oh,
us?
Team 1 got it wrong.
Okay.
Team 2 didn't guess, so wrong.
Yeah.
Team 3 got it wrong. Um, team 4 got it wrong. Um, Team 5 got it right. Um,
Team 5, so Hammer Bunnies, right?
yes, Yes.
Right. Team 6.
Team sealed up. Well, let's go wrong. Team 6. No guess.
Okay.
Team 8 got it right. Team 9 got it wrong. And then Team 10, no guess.
Alright, then I have the final standings. Hello. Yeah, even if people would guess the Easter egg challenge, it wouldn't make a difference anyway. So let's put it here. And the winners of the IRT Easter Cup 2024 are none other than, of setting it, Julian and Phil.
Well done to the lads.
Right done. Well done, bunny hoppers.
Can we also announce the Easter egg? Because only one team got it right. So
Yes.
go on. You can announce it for the people.
So the Easter egg, which was in the calendar, Brazil was the track, the odd one out, as it was the only track on this calendar where there was a race held on Easter, which yeah, that's the odd one out. The rest of the tracks, they spell out the word Easter. So quickly gonna get the messages what we wrote down. So the other ones, Imola, the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, that's the E. Baku, Azerbaijan, that's the A. Japan is Suzuka, that's the S. Then we have here Texas, the T. Spain, España, another E. And Austria is the Red Bull Ring, which spells Easter.
Yeah, so people would think about it too difficult. It was literally just there in the name itself, so people, yeah, told about it a bit too much, I guess. So, yeah, I think, yeah, it's gonna wrap it up, I think, from us. Yeah, Thomas, what do you think about that one then? Uh,
Yeah, I mean, from our perspective, it was great. I hope the tribes enjoyed it as well. I've seen a lot of messages from people enjoying it, and I hope, yeah, hope it was a good evening.
yes, everyone, make sure to enjoy the evenings. The next edition, we'll see if it will be back. We'll think of new challenges, how we're gonna think on the new game potentially. Well, most likely on the new game. So, yeah, we'll see how that's gonna play out. Have a good evening, everyone, and yeah, that's goodbye from us. See you.